And we are live. What's up? What's up? Coming to you live here from the UFC gym. Welcome to the Singapore Grappling Invitational, road to ADCC and Oceania Championships. How are you guys doing at home? I'm going to give you guys time to get online and watch a couple of fights that are happening here. Very, very interesting and very exciting fights, especially since we are recovering from COVID-19 pandemic. No competition-itis. Am I right? Over here to my left, I have Major Overall here on the commentators seats, and also Lucas Leisure, two of the prominent black belts here in Singapore. And we're going to get ready for our first bout. Are you guys ready? Yeah?
Really ready. It's been since March, since the first Singapore Grappling Invitational. We've all been waiting for competitions to return in Singapore, and I can't wait to watch these matches.
Yeah, these guys have trained very, very hard. I've seen a lot of guys train in Singapore. It's a very small scene, so these guys have been training very, very hard, leading towards this competition, and it's very, very exciting to see all this hard work finally come to fruition here today, live at the UFC gym. Major, how do you feel about this event tonight?
It's awesome, man. This is like what we've been looking forward to ever since we've gone into lockdown. You know, having a good event like this with some good local talent and seeing the level develop across the island.
Okay, so without further ado, man, I think it's time to give what everybody's waiting for right now, which is the first fight. So the first bout is going to be Mateo Hurtado and Daryl Thein. Let's welcome them to the mats right now. Mateo Hurtado and Daryl Thein. You're going to get claps here from the commentators table. And these two men are pumped up. What do you think we can expect from the fight tonight?
So we're dealing with ADCC rules, which will be very interesting. We got a combination tonight of ADCC rules and the GI IBJJF rules. So this should be interesting. I've trained with Daryl Thein personally. He's really good foot locks, really good ankle locks, mostly competes in the GI. He's also a member of the national team. And we have Mateo Hurtado, a very young, promising blue belt looking to get back in and compete today. This should be a really, really interesting match as we're about ready to start.
No messing about.
Yeah.
Shirt straight off, huh?
You know what's the
first match of the night?
You know what's the most interesting about this match is the age difference between the two competitors. You know, we have Mateo Hurtado, who's a young, hungry 18-year-old competitor, and then we have a seasoned purple belt, Daryl Thein, who is also no stranger to competition and no stranger to the pressures that he has to face here tonight.
That's right. Daryl's a member of the national team in Jiu-Jitsu, mostly trains in the gi, and Mateo is a young blue belt, but don't let that blue belt fool you. He is extremely talented. He's an avid competitor, and this should be a really interesting matchup for the first match of the day.
I've seen the kid train, man. The kid has great cardio.
Yeah, I don't think cardio will be an issue for either one of these guys. We've had limited time to train, but I know they've been working hard leading up to this. You know, when you were dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, we haven't had opportunities to compete, so I know everybody in this tournament is just dying to get going and get back to competition. That's
true, and it's great that we have two black belts here live tonight. I keep saying tonight because I usually think this is a night event, but actually we are damn near the evening. It's barely even 6 o'clock. People who are tuning in right now, welcome to Singapore Grappling Invitational, road to ADCC, and we have now the first bout live here at the UFC gym. We have Mateo Hurtado and Daryl Thein about to go at it, and
here we go.
Hands.
We're getting ready to go. So these are the ADCC rules. For the first 5 minutes, there won't be any points, only negative points for things like pulling guard. So I suspect we're going to see a little bit of wrestling here in the beginning. Oh, there we go. Daryl looks for the flying leg scissors, ends up on top. He's hunting for that leg. Both guys looking for the legs early on. And
it was great to see. You can actually jump into a leg, or you can fly, or you can jump into pull guard. As long as you're up within a few seconds, you know, there's no negative point there.
Daryl's already putting the pressure on very early into the fight. He's not playing no games.
I like that threat of the double leg from Mateo. Forehead right in the chest. Nice clinical double leg. Nice. Let's see the hand fighting here to try to set up these takedowns. Nobody wants a negative point. If we get a guard pull early on, even though there's no points in the early section, someone will have to overcome a potential negative point.
So what does that mean? Like, how do you achieve a negative point through the first half of the fight?
Yeah, if you pull guard, you can get a negative point, but in order for that to count as a negative point, you'd have to stay down for 3 seconds. So, like in the last case, Daryl kind of pulled guard there.
There we go. Nice takedown from Mateo, jumping on the back.
So this is nice.
Looking for Kimura grip here. Here comes the armbar attempt. Oh, we're going to have to see if the grip holds up here. Mateo looking for the armbar finish. He's trying to get control of the head with the top leg.
Now he's got the triangle in.
Daryl's in trouble here. Daryl's in trouble. He's got the grip broken. Daryl's going to come up in posture, but he's going to end up in this triangle choke. He's going to look for posture here. He needs to get his hands on that grip. He cleared the head grip.
Wow,
Nice.
that was beautiful. Yeah.
Daryl with the early
Daryl.
escape. We got some action early.
You can see the coaches on the side there, Akis and Popeye, both.
Oh, he comes up on the single.
Ooh, nice
I love
guillotine.
that wrestle up. Oh, he's got the guillotine.
Not over the shoulder yet.
Nice wrestle up from Mateo. Daryl's
got the
diving
hip
on the
trap.
guillotine, gets the top position.
Not quite there.
And we got some fire coming from these guys early on. The first match is they're throwing heat. A lot of submission attempts. Here we go. Mateo in on the omoplata. Triangle
Into the
combo.
triangle. Another one.
Oh, he's got the straight arm lock too. Daryl's going to need to get posture. He's going to need to get his head up. Now in the ADCC rules, he's allowed to reap. He's allowed to bring his legs across the hip like that.
Really scary position for Daryl right now.
Oh, that's it. Mateo's got that triangle locked up. If he gets the angle and underhooks the leg, this might be over.
Ooh, that looks deep.
Oh, he's got it. He's
That
got
looks
it.
really
This is going to
deep.
be tight. This is going to be tight. He's got the squeeze. He's got the squeeze, but can he cinch it up and get the complete finish? Daryl's not going to tap to anything unless he's going out.
How many minutes do we have to this fight?
This is only 3 minutes in.
Oh, we got 3 minutes in. 7 more minutes to the fight.
So how's Daryl going to approach? How would you approach this, Major? Is he just trying to keep his breath, create as much space as possible?
Major's watching with intense anticipation right now. He's really focusing in on the fight. You can see him just analyzing it right now and thinks. I can see the gears in your head ticking right now, Major. What can you tell us about this position right now?
That is like a very good triangle position right now.
He's got it just about as deep as you can get it. He would like to underhook that leg.
He could go under the body as well, but I mean, I think at this point it's just all about closing up the space in the legs.
And what Mateo would like to do is get his back flat and get his chest directly under Daryl's and hug that head. He would like to hug that head and get to the side. Daryl needs to focus on creating as much space as possible, but this is tight.
Hey, Lucas, I think he hurt you.
I saw that. Daryl with a smile on his face. He's all right. Oh, and that's it right there. He finishes the triangle from the mount. Beautiful finish by Mateo Hurtado. Daryl Tan fighting a long time stuck in that triangle. A great match. Both guys threatening each other early on. And a beautiful match to open up this tournament.
Beautiful display of just tenacity and technicality. Can I just say that?
Yeah.
Great way to start the night off as well. I mean, this is what ADCC rules are all about, having guys just get after it. Both guys were attacking right away from right out the gate.
Yeah, and they both just showed a great display of action. It's a very entertaining match to watch.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Mateo Hurtado.
And congrats to Daryl Tan. We're all in tough
Congrats to Daryl
times.
Tan as well. You know,
To get
great
these
heart.
guys coming in here and starting off the show like that is a great show. Both guys threatening each other. Both guys, and what I like about and I love about the ADCC rules is you see both guys wrestling. You see them wrestling up from the bottom. They're not only trying to sweep. All of the submissions are still game. You see a nice wide variety of attacks and techniques in the no-gi style under the ADCC rules.
And especially since like they didn't really have a lot of mat time nowadays, you know, like because for my apologies there, viewers, if you guys actually saw that. So especially now, like mat time is so scarce. You know, the regulations in this country keeps on changing whether you can have mat time or you can't. So like a lot of competitive guys may not be in the same bubble, or they might not really have enough training partners for them to train with. So I think like for them to, in such short notice, have to gear up for a competition like this, it's still pretty much it's a lot of hard work for them. And I think being gym owners yourselves, you guys would have experienced that also, right? Yeah.
Yes, I feel like this is not only a testament of this competition doesn't only represent who has the best skills, who's the most skilled jiu-jitsu player. It also represents who has grown the most during the lockdowns, during the pandemic, who's found the time to continue training, and who's developed their skills in this extremely difficult time for everybody to train without competitions.
Hold on, I think I have Mateo Hurtado here by my side. I don't know if I'm supposed to do an interview. Why don't you scoot over here? What's up? What's up, SA?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Mateo, brother, that was beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful
Hey,
transition.
Tell us a little bit about what you were experiencing throughout the entire fight, and you know the kind of pressure that you got put under, and what was actually going through your mind throughout the entire time that you were in there.
Well, it was good. I mean, to be honest, I didn't know too much about Daryl. I heard a lot of things about him. His leg locks, obviously, everyone was talking about him, so I was a little worried about those. But initial thought, first thing I saw him, I was like, man, this guy's tall. I didn't know. I didn't know he was that. I didn't know he was that tall. And then my guys from CD, you know, are happy to represent. They're just like, man, don't even worry about it. You got this. So happy I could avoid the legs. Part of me did want to kind of get in some entanglements just so I can either escape or counter, or kind of just show that I'm good there too, that it wasn't like a bit of a fluke. But overall went well. He stuffed one of my famous double legs, so I wasn't super happy about that. But overall, all good, man.
How did you feel about that triangle, about cinching that up?
I was about to ask that. You had a really tight one in the first, in the 3rd minute, where you even had like all the hooks in, and then that was quite difficult to finish at that point. What was going on there?
Yeah, man, I was bummed out about that one. I thought, oh man, I really got this. I've been working that armbar transition, like armbar to triangle kind of thing, but competition, nerves, whatever it was, I just slipped up, couldn't get it. But I was happy to get it. I was planning on passing this comp, so playing the guard was a little unexpected, but got the triangle. I heard Luke give me some pointers.
I told you he heard you, man. Hey, anyways, we gotta get going. So like,
thanks for having me, guys. Enjoy the show.
Congrats,
right,
Mateo.
congratulations, Mateo.
And congrats, Daryl.
Okay, we're gonna move forward to bout number 2. Sim Kai-Xiong versus Glen Lee. Sim Kai-Xiong versus Glen Lee. Make your way to the mats right now. Yep, those are the mats, Kai-Xiong.
So, Major, why don't you, Kai-Xiong is one of your students representing Matrix MMA here in Singapore. He's one of your students. You're his coach. What do you think, what would you like to see Kai-Xiong do here? How are you anticipating this match going?
Yeah, Kai-Xiong is well-rounded, so, I mean, he'll try to find whatever opening he can.
Kai-Xiong, a professional MMA fighter, a long-time grappler on the scene, competed gi, competes no gi, fights professionally, and just a consummate martial artist.
Let's see if he can apply that MMA footwork.
And we got Glen. Glen's a strength and conditioning coach. He's a purple belt. And Glen also an MMA fighter.
Welcome.
So we've got 2 well-rounded martial artists here, both MMA fighters. Both guys know how to strike, avid competitors. Glen's also a strength and conditioning coach. He looks to be the bigger man, so we'll see if he's going to be able to use his size and use his strength.
For those of you who just joined us, this is Singapore Grappling Invitational. Welcome.
Oh,
We're watching from the comfort of your own home. Road to ADCC. We now have the second bout here in play.
We've got some blood early on. We've got a little bit of a headbutt here. I think he'll be fine. But right now, we had some hard wrestling.
Yeah, we're going to have to check. We're going to have to check.
So we're going to get Glen looked at here. Make sure he's not bleeding.
He's definitely bleeding. Curse of the white rash guard.
Yeah, the curse of the white rash guard.
Yeah.
Actually, another one of Major students, Tiffany Teo, the top-ranked one championship female fighter. Also, Major and I talked about this. When you get cut and you're wearing a white rash guard, it really makes it look pretty grisly, right?
So have you guys really experienced something like this where you're in a grappling match and then something freaky like this happens and then you now have a gash on your head or in a prominent part, of your limb? Would you continue fighting, or is this something that's of a concern to you guys?
Oh, it happens all the time, and people don't want to stop because of a cut. They usually just tie some tape around their head and keep going.
Some tape around their head, yeah, Major.
But it never works though. It always comes undone, and they have to keep stopping the match over and over again. It kind of breaks the momentum.
Yeah.
This is a particularly uncomfortable and not ideal spot for the cut, though. You can see that it's right on the brow of the eye, a really common place to get the cut.
Yeah.
They're just in there hand fighting, snapping each other's heads.
Exactly.
And we got a little clash there, totally accidental. I don't think Glen will have a problem recovering from this. We just need to get him cleaned off and get the blood stopped as much as possible.
Yeah, I don't know how deep that laceration is, but I reckon that if he continues fighting, it will be prominent on the rash guard, for sure.
It's pretty shallow cut. It's not dripping or anything, so I think in that sense it will good. It looks a little bit more like a scrape. The blood's not running, so I don't think it'll be too much of a problem.
Yeah.
Glen's going to jump right in there. He's tough. He's a
right
pro.
in the first 25 seconds of the match. Right in the first 25 seconds of the match, and this.
These two are both MMA fighters. They don't care about a small little cut on the eye. They're going to get in there and get the job done. I don't suspect this will be any sort of problem.
I mean, I think I wouldn't be exaggerating if when I say that if this happens in a regular rolling session in one of your gyms, and it happens to be two very experienced guys, they will really go at it for the next fucking 7 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's not going to stop anything. All that will do is just instigate and make things a little bit more intense.
Yeah, but in the case of right now, we kind of have to keep things safe and also ensure the safety of the competitors. So we're going to have to make sure that everything is well and done before we continue with the match. You are now watching the Singapore Grappling Invitationals, Road to ADCC Asia and Oceania. And we are now watching this the match, bout number 2. You're watching bout number 2 between Sim Kai Xiong and Glen Lee. We just finished the first match between Mateo Hurtado versus Daryl. A very exciting match for you. For those of you who have just tuned in, we're coming in live from UFC GYM. Alongside, I have Major Overall and Lucas Leisure commentating here at the commentators table with me. And we gotta get this thing going.
Yep.
Lucas.
There goes the head tape I was talking about.
Yep.
The infamous head tape.
Glenn's getting a little mummified over there.
When you say tape, I thought you meant duct.
That might actually do a better job, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because that thing is going to get
That
pulled
was
down.
far
that's
away
an
from what
insane
you would do
wrap
anyway.
around
Don't
his
be
neck.
too far away from what you guys would like, All right.
Okay, here we go. We just need the guys to be a little bit careful with the head fighting, but the tensions are high. Both these guys are professionals.
Whoa.
Both of them fighters, jiu-jitsu competitors. Kai Xiong right with the head snap again. He's not going to let it deter him from his game plan. And right now we got jockeying for top position. No guy wants to pull guard. No guy wants to get that negative point.
Ooh, double unders.
So we're going to see some nice pummeling here, some nice head fighting, snapping the head. Both guys looking for position to get in on a shot or snap the head down. Nice.
Beautiful.
Kai Xiong with the lateral drop.
Beautiful recovery.
Glen right back to his feet. Those heads are bumping in there again. It's always the trade-off, hey, Major, because you need good head position in order to have your good wrestling, but then you do run into the issue of cuts
And that
falling
head,
off the
that head wrap.
And no one ever said there was
that
no
head wrap is
strikes in
gone.
grappling.
Yeah.
Just let it bleed.
Yeah,
This is
we're just gonna
happen.
see a bloody
Just let
one
it
here
bleed,
tonight.
yeah.
Let it
Yep.
bleed. So we got some hard pummeling here. We're about 2 minutes into the match. Both guys looking for top position.
So for a regular person that doesn't know what's going on, now what are they looking for now when they're pummeling like that? They're really looking for the underhooks, yeah?
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and they both seem to be looking for a front headlock, a snap down position. Oh, Glen gets on top here with a beautiful trip. And he's looking for he's got the front headlock here. Kai Xiong with the underhook on the left arm.
Interesting to see how this wall comes into the equation.
That's a great point, Major. How do you think that would play? Because most jiu-jitsu matches, you're not going to be dealing with a barrier like that.
Right, so are we allowed to use the barrier? Because I think if that's the case, both of these guys are probably well adept to using the cage.
I don't reckon that would be something that would be an option for them.
Right,
Does
but,
it?
but it's still
Here we
absurd.
go. Glen on that guillotine.
Beautiful
And they're back up to
escape.
their feet. Both guys threatening each other earlier. Both guys looking for the snap down, looking for the guillotine.
Both competitors very comfortable on their feet.
And you can see both of these guys are looking for that head snap.
Boom.
But I would like to see one of them snap and then get in on the legs. Get that snap, draw the posture down. When your partner shoots their head up to recover, that's when you shoot in on the single or the double leg.
Yeah, I think they're probably saving that move for after the points are in effect. Right now, standing pretty low risk, looking for that neck if they can get it, and then, when the points kick in.
And you see here the head pummeling still. They're not going to let that little cut bother them.
Just a little red sweat, bro.
Little red sweat.
It's just a little red sweat. Just bro it out, man. Just bro it out. Yeah.
Now, for those of you watching this on the Facebook feed, this is hard fighting here. This is hard wrestling. This type of competition, the ADCC rules where they're wrestling this hard, is significantly more difficult than the kind of slap hands, fist bump, start on the knees type of jiu-jitsu you get in a lot of academies. This is very tough. This clinching, hand fighting, snapping, wrestling is easily the most exhausting thing you can do in grappling.
But you know what? Both of these competitors don't seem like this phases them at all. This is something that's like within their world. This is something that's very comfortable for them.
Neither one of them do 10-minute MMA rounds though, and this is a pretty heavy pace they're putting.
You're right about that. You're right about that. This is a hard pace to maintain for 10 minutes. It looks like we got a little clash of heads there again. Kai Xiong in on the double underhooks.
Oh.
Almost going through the table, WWE style. The commentator
Might
table.
have been a little bit of pro wrestling in there.
And we're right back to it. If you're watching at home, this is some hard-fought wrestling here. Both guys very technical. You can see the MMA training that they've had. The upper body wrestling, the pummeling like that. The head position, you can see Kai Xiong got the head position on the inside of the jaw there. That's
4
what he's
minutes
looking
into
for.
the
That's
fight.
his chance. That was his chance to go for a takedown.
4 minutes into the fight, both competitors coming in with great pressure.
So we're 1 minute away from going into the points. So we'll see if anybody can solidify this top position.
Boom.
Oh, we got a body lock
Kai Xiong's
here.
got a body lock.
Oh, one over, one under. There's an outside trip.
Nice.
There's an outside trip, and Kai Xiong's got the top position. Glen's got the butterfly hooks. Oh, and the pass and the back take.
Oh, with the choke in transition. In transition.
Glenn's fighting it.
Well, that's in. That's in. It's
That's
over.
I got
That's
the tap.
it. Xiong with the rear naked choke, scrambling off the mat. Beautiful following that. Knows not to stop when the threat is there. And a beautiful finish from Xiong after a hard-fought match early on.
Both competitors.
Beautiful.
And congrats to
Congratulations,
Xiong.
congratulations.
And you see how quick he was with that rear naked choke. As soon as the back was on, he transitioned
Before
to
the
choke.
back was
Yeah,
on.
while he was actually in
Yeah.
the transition.
You cannot
taking the
play
back.
games when somebody has your back, you know, when somebody has your back.
That's what you see. It's one of the highest percentage submissions in the UFC. I think it is the highest percentage submission in the UFC. But when it works, it's usually in transition. It's not something you're not going to sit on the guy's back for 5 minutes and be able to sink that in.
Yeah, and there's really two types of rear naked choke you could do. You can do control all the way to submission, or you can catch it actually in transition and then set up the position later. And you see Xiong probably had the arm underneath the neck before he'd even had the hook settled up,
Right.
catching it beautifully in transition. And it's very dynamic, and then as soon as he's on the back, it's over. Beautiful finish from Xiong, and a great hard-fought match from Glen.
Okay, we have here with us Xiong, the winner of the match via rear naked choke. Xiong, that was a really tough fight that you had just now. I see that you guys were both very dynamic on your feet. What was going through your mind the first 4 minutes of you guys when you guys were just, you know, going through looking for the underhooks and stuff like that? Take us through what you were going through at that point of time.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Well, first thing I noticed was because my game is.
Scoot in, buddy.
One sec.
I was told that I needed social distancing with the interviewee, so that's the reason why. Okay.
You good? Okay, where was I? Yeah, I knew this was going to be a wrestling heavy type match. Both of us as MMA fighters, both pretty intense, pretty heavy. I know he was bringing the heat to me, but yeah, I had a feeling I had that speed advantage. In fact, you can ask some of my teammates have been saying, yeah, the way I'm going to win this, I'm going to snap him down, and I'm going to take the back, and I'm going to choke him out. Well, I didn't get the snap down because it's way too strong. But yeah, I transitioned to the back, got around it. Once I knew I connected my hands, I knew it was a done deal. Yeah.
What happened over there when the head cut occurred? Like what transpired between you two that caused that to happen?
It was funny. I think because we're both really heavy on collar ties, and we're pretty aggressive with the wrestling. I think our heads just kind of connected, just clashed, and I felt it on my forehead. I was like, bah! I'm like, oh shit, that hurts. I looked, that's where I had like that. Oh shit, he's cut. Nah, I kind of felt bad about it, but you know, it is what it is.
Well, congratulations, Xiong. Congratulations, man.
Congrats,
You know,
Xiong.
really-
Congrats,
Can I
Glen.
just
Great
say one
match.
last thing?
Yeah, sure. You want to give shout outs, man?
Okay, yeah. I'm just grateful to my teammates Tiff and Oz for hosting this awesome event. Okay, it's pretty sick, like making the scene here grow. But I want everybody here to remember my face. Remember the man on the mic, major overall. Because in 3 years we're gonna be in the UFC.
Attaboy.
Attaboy, bro. Right
Hell
here in
yeah.
UFC
Let's
gym,
get
my
it,
man.
baby.
My man, boom, son.
Absolutely.
Making statements right now.
Shit, bro.
That's how it's gonna go. That's how it's gonna go. We're back. We're back in competitions right now. This is great. This is great.
I'm
you know?
getting so even
It's
just
so
when you
hype
said
under this.
that, I got
Yeah,
chills,
I
bro.
know, chills.
I'm vibing so hard
you-
on this right now.
You know, because they're not like that during the training times. You know, during when you guys when they're in training, they're pretty chill. But I guess when it comes to competition, that real mode comes on. You know, when it's just
Yep.
business and they just come in to just make things happen, and it's beautiful to see them finally get the gear on and the fire started. You know.
Yeah.
So
Major, I got to ask you, how does it feel to have your student talk like that and see him perform like that? Talk about getting into the UFC. How does that make you feel as a coach?
This is the side of him that I know. You know? what you guys see is a mask.
Quote Nate Diaz, I'm not surprised.
Anyway, for those of you who are just tuned in, we just finished bout number 2. Welcome to Singapore Grappling Invitationals. We are now moving on to the third bout. It's Amirul Syafiq versus Harold Ko. Yes, Amirul Syafiq versus Harold Ko moving in right now.
Ooh,
Onto
Grand
the
Prix
mats.
started.
Yeah, so this is the first match in the Grand Prix. Major, you and I were talking about this recently. These guys have competed against each other a number of times already.
Like 1,000. It's weird because out of all the guys in the tournament, I think these are the only guys that have competed against each other multiple times.
Yeah.
And they're doing it four
How
times?
many?
4 times.
Four
They
times.
can hear us.
Four times, yeah.
Harold corrected us. It's precisely
No
4
strangers.
times.
No strangers to each
Yeah.
other.
So now we have Amirul and Harold. Amirul recently promoted to brown belt. This should be an interesting match. You know, the Singapore scene is very especially when you get to the level of that, the purple belts, the brown belts, these guys have competed against each other many times, especially if they're in the same weight class. So you're going to see people that have competed against each other before, and you're going to see some of these people probably compete against each other again in the future. And that's just sort of the nature of Singapore and the grappling scene here, especially as you get to the higher levels.
I think these two are probably the longest active local competitors in the grappling scene. They've been competing against color belt for about 10 years. That's why they've come across each other so many times.
And what I love about this is, it's still lighthearted. This is a rivalry in the best sense of the word, which is two people who are competing against each other. They believe they both beat each other. They're still having fun in here. Both people are still trying to just do their best, but there's no bad blood, there's no anger, there's no animosity, just two people going in there and competing and going through the ranks, competing against each other just to see where each other's at. They probably use each other as a litmus test very often to see how they've improved over the years.
I see the pace is being picked up right now. Yeah.
Amirul
Oh,
on
just
a
as I
beautiful
said
double
that.
leg.
Just as I said
Nice.
that.
We got a
Boom.
takedown into the closed guard here. Harold with the overhook in the closed guard.
You can tell the gi guys, they just have all the finger tape, right? There's no lapels, bro. What are you doing with that? What are you doing with the tape?
Now, these are ADCC rules. Could they slam? When you to escape from the submission. So, referee Shinya just informed us that if he were to have a triangle, for example, you could slam to escape out of the submission. So some potential consequences here for these guys if they hang on in the closed guard or get caught in a triangle.
Yeah. Possible slam and possible knockout from the slam too, if you think about it.
Which I'm a fan of that. I like.
You are a fan of that, are you, Lucas?
Listen, I like it pure, man. If you catch me in a triangle and I can lift you, if you don't underhook the leg or you don't control the head, it is a valid way. Okay, we've got Harold here taking the negative point, pulling guard. No. Oh, right. This is the Grand Prix, so there's no negative points here. So I'm sorry, I'm wrong. There's no negative point in the Grand Prix. That will be in the super fight rules.
Yeah, these are considered as qualifying rounds, but there'll still be the negative point at the second half of
So we got Amirul here in the cross ashy looking for the heel hook. He's going to try to break up. Oh, he's going on the ankle here. This is dangerous. This is dangerous.
He's got a clover leaf, it looks like. Yep. Now he's taking the heel.
Inside heel hook. So Harold looking to escape here. He wants to make sure that Amirul doesn't get control of that secondary leg. He's going to look to turn away, free his knee line to escape this leg attack.
You see me wincing. You know, you see me wincing. And
Harold's got the double outside ashi now.
Yeah, so we're going back and forth here. Points are on right now. We're 3 minutes left in the match. Both guys in on each other's legs here.
I would say that Harold has the more offensive position right now.
So, guys, explain to a white belt like me what's going on right now. Because I see entanglements, I see entanglements, but I don't really know who's having the advantage at this present moment.
So Harold's got the advantage right now. I can't see where the bottom leg is, but he's in the outside. Oh. Now, Amirul. So we still got here. It looks like Amirul might try to take top position. Both guys in on a leg though. They both got a leg isolated. So we're jockeying for position. Both guys in a potentially dangerous position here if they're not careful.
Now from this angle, I realize that Amirul still has the inside Senkaku.
Yeah, so they both have a leg isolated here.
Yeah.
So you can see it, Fuzz. What they're both trying to do. You can imagine an arm bar, right? You want both legs creating a wedge around the arm.
Exactly.
They both got wedges around each other's legs, so they're both potentially threatening ankle locks, heel hooks here, which is part of the danger of this position. And you can see that they're both digging hard, looking for heel hooks here. I can't exactly see.
It's all about who can get a dig right now on the heel, because it looks like Harold's sort of blocking his ankle right now.
Harold looking for the outside heel hook here. Amirul looking like he's trying to come up, get some weight on that foot, make that leg heavy so that way here we go. Here we go. Harold in on the outside heel hook. Okay, and Amirul frees himself. We got a little over a minute left.
At this point, it might even come down to who can get up first, because that's...
So right now the score is 0-0.
It's still 0-0, yeah.
Both guys still in on this. And either guy unable to escape the leg
So
entanglement here.
what would happen when the time runs out and both of them have not scored a point?
So there'll be three more minutes of overtime if neither guy is able to score points in the next 30 seconds. So you can see, I don't know if either guy is going to be able to get out of here. It's extremely difficult to escape these positions once you're locked into it. 10 seconds left. Let's see, 3, 2, and that's it. So we're going to go into overtime.
That's time.
Here. Neither guy able to score a point.
There's time there. Guys, welcome to SGI. And right now we're far into the third bout. It's Amirul Syafiq versus Harold Ko. I've got Lucas Leisure and also Major Overall here at the commentators table with me. I am your commentator Fuzz as well. We're here live at the UFC gym, and we've just watched a match where the time has run out on 6 minutes and they haven't both scored a point on each other, and now we're coming into the extra 3 minutes. Am I right?
Yeah, so negative points start right away. So if either guy pulls guard, they're going to be stuck with negative points. And we've already seen that both guys can have trouble actually getting the sweeps and getting up. So we'll see here whose wrestling is going to take over here. This looks like it may end up being a wrestling match. Very risky to pull guard here. So we'll see who's been drilling their takedowns.
Well, Amirul got the takedown earlier in the match. Let's see if he can set up another one.
Beautiful double.
But there were no points, so...
So this is going to be discipline in the stance. It's going to be discipline with the hand fighting. And as we saw in the last match, the head positioning also very important. And so if the time runs out, we go to a referee's decision.
Yeah,
that takedown earlier on will definitely loom heavily.
I think you've mentioned
on the outcome
earlier
of the match if we go to referee's decision.
Lucas, you mentioned earlier that these two competitors have competed against each other for a total of 4 times, right?
Yeah. According to Harold, right before the match.
Right before the match, 4 times. So would that mean that they're very familiar with each other's styles? So they would more or less just
evolving,
know.
though. They look so much different every time they compete with one another, and they compete under different rules. They've competed under Dumal rules, they've competed IBJJF rules, and now ADCC rules. And so each one of those rule sets brings out a different version of them.
Interesting.
That's a very interesting point. And it also another interesting thing is when you've competed with somebody for so long and you've had these competitors repeat matches, it's also not necessarily about who's better, but who's better right now, who's busier, who's building their skills off in this little time. In a year, it may be different. So who's taken the time during the lockdowns, during the shutdown, stayed in shape, and continued to build their skills.
Last minute.
We're in the final minute here.
Final minute, boom.
Amirul in on the takedown. This could be trouble. He's in the back. Harold with a hard overhook. Amirul jumps on the back.
Oh.
He's in on the back take here. He's got one hook. In the crossbody
he's got the
back. This could be it, and that's it.
Wow.
Amirul with the rear naked choke finish with 42 seconds
Right in the last minute, 42 seconds left.
Beautiful finish to a beautiful match.
All this wrestling is leading to a lot of RNCs, yeah?
Isn't that amazing about the ADCC rules?
Yeah.
I mean, you see these guys, when they get the takedown, that transition to the back, that choke is on quick.
Right.
So the wrestling transitions really, really proving to be important here early on in the SGI too.
Congratulations, Amirul Syafiq.
From these two. So we'll ask Amirul in a second what the score is.
Yeah.
In their rivalry.
There's got to be. Yeah, somebody's got to get best of 5, right?
Somebody.
Are we going? Is it?
So you would count this as the 4th time or the 5th time? I think I would like to know that from him. Like, I'm very curious to know that.
At least 4 times already.
At least 4 times already.
I've cornered Amirul for at least 3 of them. So.
Oh yeah.
I think Major's cornered everybody in this competition pretty much. So.
Yeah, probably.
No stranger to the scene, Major. You're no stranger to the scene. It's right at the last minute too. 20 seconds into the last minute.
They're not going to give Amirul his interview?
They got some photo ops or something, and then we're gonna move back here.
Because these guys are already...
Oh, these guys are already ready?
No interview for
No interview? Okay.
We'll do it probably at the end.
Right, because it's Grand Prix, that makes sense. Right.
So we're moving to the fourth bout. It's Jar Arboleda versus Jet Fu. Jar versus Jet.
So this is the second match into the Grand Prix here. Amirul advancing in the first round with a late rear naked choke in overtime. So we got Jar. He's a brown belt from Atos, Philippines, training out of the Gentle Art against Jed. Major, you told me you're familiar with Jed.
Yeah, he's a checkmate guy. He's an impact guy. But they primarily train in the gi. So we'll see how well he's adapted to the rules for ADCC.
So with a lot of these matches, especially with these young gi talents, it's going to be up to are they wrestling? Are they familiar with the leg entanglements?
It's
Because,
actually
guard pulling here is not always going to be a good idea.
yeah, and it's actually it's very exciting to see that so far in all of the matches that have all been finishes.
Yeah.
Right? All's been finishes. Never been left to the referee's decision, and it's always been high intensity. And at the same time, you were just mentioning about pulling guard.
Very
yeah.
confident in his guard. Took the negative point.
No, not really. Because this
Oh,
is
right.
Grand Prix. So
Still
not
Grand
yet,
Prix, right.
Not yet. The points come on in 3 minutes. The first 3 minutes, we got no points. So we got a little butt scoot action here. Okay. Oh, he comes up on the double. Beautiful. Right as I talk
Somebody
about
needs
the
to
butt
check
scoot, he comes up
the
on a
feed on the
beautiful double
monitor.
leg.
I think somebody needs to check the feed on the monitor right now. The main monitor right now is down. Yeah.
So we got
Yeah.
some leg entanglements going on here. Looking
Jet
for
Fu.
butterfly hook.
It's interesting, like, even though the techniques are different like, with the gi and with no gi, the concepts are still the same. So creating space, elevating your opponent to get underneath them and attack those legs is the same thing you would do with a lot of modern guards. You're creating space, you're trying to work your spider guard, etc. So
the concepts are definitely the same. It's the meta that's a little bit different. Right?
Correct, yeah.
The gripping, especially the positions that would be illegal in the gi that are legal in no gi, and of course the idea that pulling guard is punishable at certain points in these matches, whereas typically particularly in the gi training, you're going to see guys just slap hands, fist bump, and sit down,
right,
which is not necessarily going to translate here. So they will conceptually know what to do, but the meta's changed a little bit, and we'll see who's adjusted to that and who's prepared for it. So we got Jed on the bottom here. Looking to play butterfly guard, looking to get position on the elbows. Jar on top looking to pass. He's got control of the head here. Is he going to be able to flatten him out? Oh, he's got the shoulders pinned. Now this is a better position for him, but he's giving up the far side underhook here.
but he's flattened the hip, so that underhook's effectively dead. Oh, now it's back
coming
up.
He's up on his shoulder. This is looking better. We have 1 minute left until the points kick in. We got a classic half guard battle going on here for control of the underhook and control of the head. Jar maybe looking for a Darce there for a second.
If you're in this position, do you pass or do you wait for the points?
I'm always trying to pass, man, but
yeah, but the points come in.
Right?
Points are coming in 30
Points
seconds.
are coming in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So we'll see if the strategy changes here. What would you do?
I know I don't care about the points, but I think if you're an intelligent competitor, you might wait to 20 seconds to pass.
So what do you think's the strategy for Jar here? He's looking for that Darce still. He's looking to, there it is.
I think they're all just looking to finish.
But Jed's aware of it, extends his body to take away the power of that choke. But Jar definitely pressing the action here. Points are live. Points are live. We'll see if the strategy changes here. Oh, here we go. Looking for the head and arm sweep. Sumigashi? Nope.
Whoa, nice.
Sweep. Jar
Almost.
maintains the top position.
No advantages in ADCC, so.
Oh, he's got the head and arm. He's got the head and arm. This is looking better for Jar. He's got the pin. Now he can start to try to free his knee and then pass to either the cross hamstring or the straight hamstring and look for a guard pass here.
Is that a
There he
lockdown?
goes.
I can't see. Does he have a lockdown on that leg?
I can't see either. I don't think so.
Yeah, that is a lockdown. Is a lockdown here. Yeah. So from here, he might be looking to transition to a butterfly or.
Oh, there he goes. But it's going to be tough in that lockdown. He needs to bring his hips a little bit lower. You can't stretch the leg to get out of that move. There he goes. He's looking for the knee cut pass. And Jed regards. Both guys
looking for deep half.
Both guys threatening each other here. This is a good half guard battle. Okay,
Referee resets.
Reset in the middle before the camera guy gets taken out.
Last
both
1
competitors
minute
showing
and
a
50
deep
seconds.
knowledge of the half guard.
Right.
Both top and bottom. That was a really good exchange there.
We're down to the final minute and 50 seconds.
No points. No negative points. Oh, he's got the pin again. He's got the head and arm. Oh, it looks like he might get the pass here. Can't see if the knee's free or not. No, it's not. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's the pass. And he's locked it down. And here comes the points. Jar with the first points of the match. Looked like a knee slice pass here. Jed's going to have to get to work to recover the guard and get some points.
He's got a minute and a half. And 3 is the highest score in ADCC, so it's going to be hard to get a win.
It's going to be tough.
Well, no, that's not true. If he gets a clean sweep, he could win the match right now. If he could just roll him over, a reversal from here, roll him over into the side mount, that'd be 4 points.
So can you explain the rules to somebody who's maybe more familiar with the gi? Because in the ADCC rules, we get points for reversals. Sweeps don't only come from the guard. Can you explain the difference, Major?
Reversal is when you're not in the guard. So in this position right here, if Jed were able to roll him over, that would be a reversal. If you were to roll him
How
over,
many points is that?
Well, if he lands inside the guard, it'd be 2 points. But if he lands outside the guard, then it would be 4 points. So that would be enough to win the match, actually.
And that is not how the IBJJF gi rules are. In the gi, if you're on the bottom and you don't have the guard and you roll the person over on top, it's no points.
Be
you
zero.
have to have the guard
Yeah.
to get a sweep. Not so in ADCC rules.
Yeah, it makes more
Here we go. Okay, Jed's able to get the guard. He's going to have to get to work. He's got 30 seconds left. He's going to have to get to work here. He needs a sweep and a pass, or a clean sweep. Jar's pressure.
Jar's
is heavy,
putting the
though.
pressure, very, very
He's a
high
bold man
pressure.
on top. His pressure is very heavy.
10 seconds.
We'll see. He's been looking for
A go-go?
Yeah.
Oh,
It looked
baseball.
like a go-go.
No
No
gi
baseball.
No gi baseball.
Tough finish. 2 seconds. And that's it. That's
Wow.
it. Jar with the spin with heavy pressure passing. Able to secure the head and arm in the half guard, get the knee slice pass to the side control, and get the win.
Good match.
Great match. Both guys showing a lot of knowledge in the half guard there.
Jed's improved a lot, man. Since the last time I've seen him, he's gotten a lot better. His guard
Great
retention
match.
was pretty good.
And you can tell, I mean, we've got several different color belts in this tournament, but you can see every match is highly competitive.
Right.
Which is really what you want to see, right? These guys have been working, and all these matches are thin, narrow margin of victory, or finishes, quick back takes with chokes.
Well, good matchmaking. So shout out to whoever was doing that behind the scenes.
Yeah, shout out to SGI on these matchups, because this is a great card to return back to Singapore grappling.
Yes, for those of you who are just watching, welcome to Singapore Grappling Invitationals. We are live here at the UFC gym. We've been through about 4 bouts now. These are local competitors, locally based competitors as well. We're going to move on to the 5th bout. It's very exciting, this one, because these 2 guys are very exciting competitors. We've got Hisyam Osman versus Thein.
Ooh, this
Hisyam
is
Osman versus Thein.
it's a good one.
Going to make their way. Yes, it's a good one, isn't it? Yeah. We're gonna look at a lot of high intense leg lock action that's gonna happen tonight.
So we got 2 purple belts here. Both purple belts love to leg lock.
I think Derek's a blue.
Is he?
I think he's a blue. Yeah.
So this should be an interesting match. Oz, one of
Yeah.
the organizers for the tournament, organizing the tournament, jumping into the competition anyway.
It's really exciting, especially after these guys have come in from a very long time of not competing. To be able to compete, even though in a space like this where they don't have a lot of an audience, but a lot of the people who are in the scene who are watching live, I don't think just from Singapore, but also from around the world actually, who are very interested to see how the people here in this scene fare. So I think it's nice, and especially this bout is going to be a pretty exciting one. Hisyam Osman versus Thein. We're just going to wait for a couple minutes until they're ready to step into the mats. If they're ready, can go, yeah.
Yeah, the jiu-jitsu scene in Singapore is quite tight, and typically when we're not in COVID times, we get a lot of international traffic here. A lot of these competitors have competed with people in Philippines, in Malaysia, and lots of different countries. And, you know, Singapore, luckily, is one of the few countries in Southeast Asia where we're able to be open, we're able to train, and we're able to get these competitions going.
I'm pretty excited right now. We got to see, we're going to see quite a show. So, I'm looking forward to this.
So I've had the opportunity to train with Oz. Major's had the opportunity to coach Oz. We've got, he's very dynamic. He's got a lot of different attacks. He attacks the entire body from the leg all the way to the top of the head. And we are in bout 3 of the Grand Prix.
Yep. Very exciting. Still waiting for the main monitor to have a display. I don't think that's gonna happen soon.
And the other thing about this competition is, you know, we got a lot of weight classes represented here as well. Everybody's not the same size. It's, you know, they're within a reasonable amount to each other, but we've got a size difference here, so we'll see how this manifests.
Is this a significant size difference, Lucas?
It's not significant, but it's noticeable.
Yeah.
It's noticeable.
Well, if these guys were going to go to ADCC Worlds, they'd all be under 66 anyway. So,
yeah.
You know, there's nothing lower than that.
Yeah, both opponents very relaxed. Both opponents are right now very relaxed.
So Oz training out of Impact MMA here in Singapore. Sorry for the delay. We're still trying to get the monitors back.
And we might have to actually just move on with it. If they don't mind, we might actually just have to move on with it. Yeah. We don't want the competitors to wait for too long, I think.
So we got Xiong in Oz's corner. Of course, Xiong, winner from earlier with the rear naked choke. And Oz, long time training partners together. So what do you think Derek would look to do here, Major?
Leg locks, lots and lots of leg locks.
Yeah.
But then again, they're both good at leg locks, so that they might negate each other and end up winning by wrist lock or something that neither one of them expects the other to do.
So first 3 minutes, no consequences here for pulling guard, so we can look to see some leg locks early. We'll see if we can avoid that and then get into the points later on and see how this thing manifests itself.
Can't wait for this. This is the waiting. The anticipation is actually the one that kills you the most. Once the match starts, you're good.
Especially them.
Especially them, you know? Right now they're like, come on, let's go. Let's go, guys. All right, we got it back on the monitor. Let's go. Welcome to SGI,
Match 3
baby.
in the Grand Prix
It's about
Derek
to start.
And
Derek.
Hisyam Osman about to go. And look at that right
straight pulling guard.
Getting in on those legs.
No time
Osman's
wasted.
going to have to be very careful, making sure he doesn't let Derek get underneath of his hips. Oh, and he's inverting here, looking for a cross-archery entry, most likely.
Oh, he's got it.
Yep, he's got it already. He's got control of the secondary leg. This could be trouble early for Oz.
Double trouble.
Very calm.
Yep. He's
trying to catch that foot and lock that in place.
Oh, he's trying to get the heel exposure here. Oh, he comes on top. He might look nice. Oz with the escape early on. He's going to have to get control of those hips and not let Derek get underneath of him and not let him invert like that.
Oz put his hands up like, bro, I've got that same DVD.
That's a nice one, man.
So it's always the risk, especially, you know, if you're passing on your feet, right? If you're trying to do stand-up passing and get somebody who's got really good leg lock entries, it's risky. So you see Oz choosing to stay on his knees here and pass, try to get control of that head so that Derek can't get underneath of his hips and can't invert to attack the leg. And you can see here Derek looking to cross his legs to get that outside leg over top, but Oz he's got the ankle control here. We'll see if he's going to dive on this ankle lock.
Ooh, got the heel.
Oh, he's looking for it. He's inverted now, in on the leg attack. He's got the knee line. This could be trouble. This could be trouble.
Oh, he's got that.
We'll see. We'll see. Oh, he's got it. This could be trouble. This could be trouble.
That's
and
it.
That's it. Oz with the beautiful heel hook. Both guys trying to get the heel hook on each other. Oz with the beautiful inverted entry into the cross ashy and finishes with the inside heel hook. Beautiful work from both guys. Both guys in danger. Both guys playing the same game.
Yep, yep. Like I
that,
said,
that was
these
a bit
two
too
are
quick for my white belt eyes. So
Well, Well, Major joked about it, and it's really true. They're both trying the exact same game on each other. They both got each other into the positions they look to.
Yeah.
At least in that scenario, Oz's defense and for the cross actually held up a little bit longer.
He really did have the same DVD. That's what he says. He really did watch the same
bro,
fucking
I got the
DVD.
same DVD. Major's got the same DVD.
He got the same DVD.
We all got it, bro. You got to keep up with the times in this game.
Oh, that was so good.
So a quick finish with the inside heel hook.
Really quick finish. Really quick finish.
Who
Very
moves on in the Grand Prix? So far we have Amirul, we have Jar, and we have Oz moving on to the second round as we get ready for match 4 here.
Yes, it's Jun Matsumoto versus Nigel Nocon.
So what are your thoughts going into this next match, Major? Are you familiar with these guys?
Yeah.
I've only seen them compete. I've seen June compete against Oz before. Nigel, I can't recall having seen him compete even, but I'm sure he has.
So that's the thing, especially with the last 2 years while we're dealing with the pandemic. It's interesting to see how these guys have elevated their games over the last 2 years, and also some newer faces in the scene because
There's a lot of truth into what May just said. You know, when you're stuck at home and you don't really have a lot to do, you spend time watching DVDs, man. You know, even John Danaher gave a free DVD to do solo Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, you guys get that one?
Oh yeah, of course, man. I had to do something when I was locked down at home.
Solo drills. All right, so we got to move on. And now, bout number 6 is, bout number 4, right?
In the tournament, yeah.
In the tournament is bout number 4. Jun Matsumoto versus Nigel Nocon. Stepping to the mats right now.
Got Nigel coming out of Gracie Baja here in Singapore, training under Bruno Amorim. We have Jun Matsumoto coming from Evolve MMA. So we got a classic rivalry match between gyms here in Singapore, Evolve MMA versus Gracie Baja.
This is going to be interesting,
This
yeah?
should be very interesting.
Very interesting, yeah?
Would you say Nigel's the smallest guy in the tournament?
I would say so. He looks definitely about 60, a little over 60 kilos. Jun definitely bigger, the bigger of the guys. We'll see if that ends up mattering.
Wow.
Hard hand fighting
very,
here.
very
Let's
aggressive.
go.
Very aggressive.
Let's go. We got to establish ourselves. Nigel, the smaller man, is going to throw some stiff arms here and try to establish himself early.
Ooh.
We're getting a little rough here. Let's see how this goes. Now let's see who's going to take the initiative. Beautiful outside trip. Beautiful from Nigel. That was beautiful. Hard clubbing body shots, followed by a beautiful outside trip. And now if you hit that trip, you can take that top position. Can't let him up like that now. We got to do all that work again. But we'll see. That definitely got Jun's attention. We'll see how he chooses to address the wrestling now.
Ooh. The most dangerous move in all of Jiu-Jitsu.
Can you talk about that, Major? Because guard jumping also drives me crazy.
It's the scariest thing. Falling body weight, man. I've seen knees blow out from that.
And it even looks like Jun may have hit his head there when he jumped guard, which is extremely dangerous. He may be seeing stars right now.
It's dangerous for everyone.
It's dangerous from everyone. And, you know, all you're getting is the closed guard. So if you've got a really good closed guard, it may be worth it, but
Hey, man.
the
Close
risk
guard
of injury is high.
Yeah, for someone.
Listen, coach. Close guard has served me well in training. Okay, okay coach?
Hey, you do you, bro. You do you. You drill those closed guard arm bars all day.
Listen, man. I'm a big fan of UFC 1, all right? So, close guard.
So now it is and you see here that Jun has that body triangle locked in the closed guard. Not much you can do from there until he gets that guard open. He doesn't have collars here. He doesn't have way to control the upper body. He's going to have to open up his guard here to move on something. There's no leg entries here. There's no upper body attacks. Nothing's going to happen until he opens that guard a little bit and starts moving his hips.
That's true.
It does put pressure on the lower back, and it's uncomfortable, and it's very hard to escape. But here we go. He's looking for a triangle.
Getting the angle.
Nice.
Here we go. He's got a
Over
top
the
block.
shoulder.
He's got a top block here. He's got armbar triangle options. Right as I'm talking about this closed guard, he may get it. He needs to get his right leg in front of the head. Nigel's going to have to be careful here. He's going to have to come up and have good posture, see if he can slip out of this. And he's out. Oh, he tries the cartwheel pass. He's got the Kimura. A quick change of position here.
Wow.
A quick change of momentum. We're going to see if Nigel can finish this.
With the triangle.
He's got the triangle of his own. A beautiful sequence here from Nigel. We'll see if he can get the finish. Oh, he let go of the head. He may regret that decision.
And he's out. Wow, tip for tat.
He didn't control the
Oh, now on the legs.
Oh, now he's got the head.
Wow.
And a beautiful finish from June. Beautiful.
Wow. Nice volley back and forth.
Excellent
That was
volley
great.
back and forth. That was beautiful sequences from both guys. Both men having each other in deep, deep trouble. But he was able to get the heel hook after
That was so exciting.
the best match of the competition so far. Beautiful, beautiful match between Nigel and June.
Didn't even have time to see who was doing what. It's just that straight cartwheel pass, and then the switch of positions just happened in the blink of an eye. That's insane.
Beautiful. That is what you love to see. That is why I love great match, guys.
What
That
a
is why I
match.
love these ADCC rules. The transitions are just all over the place. None of these matches have been boring. Excellent, excellent fight, you guys.
This is just the opening round.
Yeah. We got to move on to the Grand Prix semifinal.
Yeah.
So we're going to see who's up next. It hasn't been given to us yet, but in the meantime, for those of you who are watching, thank you for tuning in. We are here live at the UFC gym. This is Singapore Grappling Invitationals. We have competitors all the way from Singapore, very, very seasoned ones, very, very experienced ones. Over here, I have in the commentators table, we have Major Overall and also Lucas Leisure live right now. And how do you guys feel about the competition so far, guys?
It's amazing, man. I don't know if I'm emotionally attached, and that's why I'm liking it better.
I know, because you're just analyzing it.
Yeah.
From this point, you're just looking at it going like, I think in your mind, you have things you want to say, but you can't really say because they're in competition. Am I right?
Yeah, I don't want to interfere with the competition as well, you know.
Exactly.
But these are great matches, man. These are great matchups. A lot of the gyms represented here, and it's showing the level of our scene. It's just growing, man.
And it's also a testament to the quality of the matches that every match, every guy has threatened the other one.
Yeah, that's true.
So even in defeat, both guys have been under serious attacks, serious threats.
Yeah.
And you can see the level is very, very high amongst these athletes. And not to even mention, we still have the main events, the super fights between two world champions in the gi competing against each other, and Major's Professor Leke competing against Artem.
Can you tell us?
You warned my athlete. You walked over to my athlete and you told him something. What do you tell him? Okay.
Got some drama back here.
Okay.
So what were we saying, Fuss?
Yeah. So what? I'm sorry. I'm a comic. I'm a comic. I can't ignore these things. You know. I'm a comic. I gotta point this shit out. You can't just make me just. You can't make me just roll on like nothing happened. Like nothing happened in this motherfucker. You know.
Too much testosterone going on in this place, man.
Hey, yo. So, listen, man, there's a lot of exciting matches that happen. Like, personally, man, I was really looking forward to that Oz match against Derek because I know both their sides. I've rolled with them and I've trained with them too. And I understand how the level that they were at. So it'll be very interesting for me to see the kind of exchanges that they would have. But I think for someone like you guys who are more experienced, and especially since you own your own gyms, and you've seen so many kind of like people who train and all that, I'm pretty sure that there will be a match tonight that you guys will be looking forward to watch because of the exchanges of style and also the dynamic quality in viewing that match that we can watch tonight. So which one would you say will be the match that you will be looking forward to watch tonight?
I mean, they're all good, to be honest, man. Like, a lot of these matchups, like as you've seen, like have been back and forth exchanges, just a clash of styles. Sometimes similar styles, sometimes opposite styles, but either way, it's resulted in good matches so far.
I mean, you definitely got to look forward to those main events.
Yeah.
We've got two world champions at the brown belt division competing against each other in the gi. We have a jiu-jitsu versus wrestling main event, which should be very interesting, no gi. And of course, anytime you're dealing with a tournament, right? Anytime you have a Grand Prix style like this, it's always extremely fascinating to watch because you can see round after round, both guys get to where they are. And eventually, whoever gets in the finals, there's a story written into it because you can see all the matches leading up to that point. So that tends to allow people to relate and see the struggle that it took to get to there. So by the time the finals come around, everybody's going to be pumped for it. It's going to be really exciting. We've seen some amazing matches.
I hope that you guys are as excited at home as we are here right now because the Grand Prix semifinal is about to happen. The first semifinal match is about to happen in a bit. We haven't been given the names yet of who's going to be competing, but I'm pretty sure that those athletes will be ready right now as much as the referees are. Shout out to referee Farid Asalam here. You know, he's been reffing the matches. He's been doing it pretty well. And also, you guys, you know, have you guys given me the technical breakdowns of what's happening right now? Because I am watching it as clueless as some of the people who are watching it at home. You know, we train leisurely, you know, no pun intended, but we train for leisure, you know, and we're just hobbyists. But so a lot of times when you watch a match like that and you're telling us about like, oh, the inside ashis or, you know, all those things that I can't name, does it take time for you to see something like that so technical through your eyes? Does it take time for you to notice something like that?
It definitely takes time. It's a very advanced game. But the thing that makes it most interesting for me is that of all the finishes we've seen so far, you've seen finishes from the top of the head to the bottom of the foot.
Yeah.
Which is what I find the most interesting. We've had 2 heel hook finishes
exactly.
and 2 rear naked choke finishes, which means we're seeing, and oftentimes mostly young purple belts, brown belts, younger guys in jiu-jitsu that are learning how to attack the entire body. We've seen wrestling, hard wrestling, people wrestling up from the bottom, not just trying to play sweeps.
Yeah.
Right? They're wrestling up from the bottom, attacking the full body, which is the new way no-gi is played. It's the current system. It's the best version of this, and it's really brought to life by the ADCC rule set.
Do you feel that the game has changed so much now that everybody has so much access to all kinds of information online? Because there's a ton of DVDs, a ton of like, you know, tutorials that you can gain access to online. So now we're having like people getting to a very advanced stage very early into their jiu-jitsu careers. Would you agree?
Well, there's no more secrets anymore, that's for sure. It's
Yeah.
really about how you put it all together at this point.
I mean, if you don't have a BJJ Fanatic subscription these days,
Yeah.
I mean, good luck keeping up with the time, right?
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, especially someone like the coaches here, the higher level athletes, like you see what's going on here. You see the advanced skills, the people attacking the legs, attacking the neck. And then, you know, as coaches, Major and I, you know, we weren't always taught all of these things. So we really have to try to keep up with the new stuff so that we can try to do our best to pass down all of these elements that have really started to show in no-gi over the last 5 to 10 years. And the fact that you see the purple belts doing these elevation, cross-ashi entries, jumping on the neck, attacking the inside, outside heel hooks, getting double trouble, all of these advanced positions really shows how much the no-gi grappling scene has advanced over the last 5 years.
That's insane because now you have a lot of kids now who that are very quick into absorbing all this information, and they're even giving all these very experienced guys a hard time because you see a lot of the guys that compete here are very young into their careers, you know, like probably 6 years into it and doing very advanced moves like all the leg lock systems and all those things that, you know, like usually for someone like me, it will take me a long time to understand that, man. I have a 30-plus-year-old brain, so.
Well, it's also interesting because, I mean, for example, I have some white belts that know how to do a heel hook before they know how to do an armbar.
How do you allow heel hooks for white belts in your gym, man?
Dude, you can heel hook day 1 in my gym.
Yeah.
Well, and here's why. So, for example, let's say that we're doing a 2-month curriculum or a 6-week curriculum. If I'm working on heel hooks for that 6 weeks, then if you come in my first class, you're learning a heel hook. Right? So, you know, we're going to get to the armbar. We're going to get to the rear naked chokes. We're going to get to the old school basic jiu-jitsu. But if the 6-week curriculum plan is that we're doing inside heel hook, then if you're a beginner and you walk in my class, you're doing inside heel hook. And anybody can heel hook first day in my class.
That's
we have control, and I've never once seen an injury. But you see how it manifests itself by these purple belts who have the ability to attack the full body. So it's not, you know, when Major and I started, it was taboo. It was often something that you weren't supposed to do, let alone teach to a white belt. And we've realized over the years, as the game has gotten more and more advanced, that's just simply not true. You can heel hook from the very beginning if you do it with control, in a good environment, to a partner who knows what's happening and knows to tap out.
I think that the biggest change has been in the last 5 to 6 years. People understand how to control heel hooks and how to we've improved the mechanics quite a bit with them. And so that allows for them to be used a little bit more safely. Back in the day, it was just like grab and yank, like grab and explode, you know?
And to be fair, you can do the exact same thing with an armbar. I
Yeah,
can
you
put an
can.
armbar on you, and if I spaz out on it and I
Yeah.
don't give slow, steady pressure, I can mess your arm up no different than I can with a heel hook. So it's really about having the partners that have control, and most importantly, the students that you're applying these moves to understanding what's happening so they know they're in danger.
So guys, I've just received news that we are ready to start with the Grand Prix semi-final, the first bout for the Grand Prix semi-final, and it's Amirul versus Jar.
Ooh, this should be a good one. We're getting into the second round here. great match. If you're watching from home, we're starting to see some people compete now for the second time as this tournament progresses. And
Yeah.
we'll see who's able to advance to the next round.
And I would like to invite somebody who's one of my favorite guys here in the scene, man. We got David Wee in the house, man. Take a seat, bro. Just take a seat. Now that we advanced to the semifinals, so we need a more technical approach. I think, like, my white ass hasn't been contributing much, so.
And funnier.
Okay, and here we go. Match 1 of round 2. Amirul and Jar. Both guys immediately jumping to the guard. We'll see who ends up on top here.
Amirul's got a really strong butterfly guard, and he's looking to get that head wrapped up nice and tight.
Yeah, we see Jar with some heavy passing in the first round. So, David, what do you think he's going to look to do here? Maintain this heavy passing style, half guard, control the head, control the underhook.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think the difference with Amirul is his guard's a lot stronger and he's a lot longer, so it's harder to close the distance in on him. He can really extend out away.
Amirul seems like the biggest athlete in the bracket.
The tallest.
The longest.
The tallest, probably, yeah.
And he's got very mobile legs as well, so
yeah, he's got lanky
hard to leg
madness
lock
going on with
and
those
hard
legs.
to pass.
Yep.
So we see here Amirul choosing to play guard, Jar trying to pass. He's got the pass, he's got the head and arm. He's got a good half guard from the top position. We'll see if he can get past that knee so he can keep the half guard and chooses to let go of the head. Amirul's probably going to end up in the butterfly here. Jar's got nice head positioning with his head, though. Makes it hard for Amirul to get underneath of his hips and elevate, start to attack those legs.
Ooh, looking to fish that foot underneath that arm? Is that?
What I like about Jar's style is he's very good at forcing the half guard, which is an extremely strong passing position. He's really good at pummeling for underhooks and really good at cross-facing there, trying to get them shoulders pinned down so that he can pass the guard.
Yeah.
And if you can force your opponent into the half guard and you have really good underhooking, it is very hard to prevent the pass. Now Amirul choosing to play close guard, those long legs. It's going to be difficult for Jar to get past those legs. Let's see if he can open this guard. Or maybe he'll choose to jump on the legs.
His grip here, he's looking for that shoulder crunch maybe, or with that nice tight head control there, which you can bring over onto just the shoulder and then look to sweep or armbar from there.
So we have 40 seconds here before we get into the points. So see if Jar is able to deal with this closed guard.
Jar doing a very good job of disengaging from Amirul's grips anytime he has.
Going to be tough to open the guard on the long legs there of Amirul, though. But you can tell he likes to pass the guard. He likes this. I think he likes to be on top in these positions.
I think he likes to pass the half. I think that's what he's going to try to look to do. Work himself into the half and then, pass from there.
5 seconds and the points are going to kick in.
See what happens when the points start.
And now the points are live. We'll see how each guy adjusts. Because I think we're in a bit of a stalemate here. Amirul's going to... Jar's very heavy on top. He's doing a good job controlling biceps. His head positioning is great. But having said that, Amirul's going to struggle, or Jar's going to struggle to actually open that guard and get to a passing position now that he's stuck in it.
You could also start to see conditioning become a factor here. Amirul obviously went to overtime. Jar went the whole way.
Great point.
In his match and won on points. So either of these guys could get tired. So conditioning could play a big part.
Yeah, that's a great point. As this tournament goes on and on, these guys are getting more and more time. Body starts to get stiff as the guys cool down and then warm up and then cool down and then warm up. And obviously the pace of the competition, very different than rolling in the gym. These guys are going to be sore. They're going to be stiff. They're fighting hard. We'll see if that manifests itself later on in the tournament. We go. Jar's able to get up. He's got the knee through. This could be a better passing position for him. He might finally be past that guard. The points are on. This could be tricky here. And Amirul with a good recovery
with a
and a
sweep.
sweep.
Coming out on
and the back
he's
again?
on the back. This could be trouble.
Whoa.
Jar explodes out. Both guys scrambling. And we restart here in the center.
A little bit different with Jar, huh? He's compact and
He's a
powerful and
beast,
explosive.
man.
Yeah.
He's a beast. I like this guy's
Amirul
style.
just
Jar's
pull guard
aggressive. You can't let him close that guard. Oh, it's going to be tough now.
Did Amirul just pull guard there and get
And
a
he's got
negative point?
he's
He
got the
did.
head and arm here.
If there's anybody who's at risk of being slammed, I would say it'd be Amirul in this position right now.
And he can slam out of this triangle.
He can.
If he gets caught in it.
Yep.
We'll see if let's see if Jar can get past. Man,
Amirul got a
guard is
negative
nasty.
point there for that guard pull, so he's down at the moment.
Okay. Oh, you're right. So Amirul's in a negative point. This could be good for Jar. His top pressure is very heavy.
Yeah, so now Jar can sort of stall it out really and just stay heavy on top, just avoid getting
And he's got
swept.
the head and arm. This could be trouble for Amirul. He's got a minute. Jar's got good upper body control right now.
Oh, there's
But
that sweep.
a beautiful butterfly sweep. But Jar's going to
Can
try
he
to explode out of
Oh.
it. Wow, he's very
Oh,
explosive.
the back.
Oh, we
Almost.
got a great transitions here. He's in on the rear naked choke again.
Oh, he's got it.
Oh,
Wow.
he's got it again. We'll see if he doesn't have the lower body control yet.
He's got the. He's
choke
got
him
it
up
locked in,
very,
though.
very
his way
tight.
in. We'll see if he can turn his way in. Oh, and this
got
might be
the-
it. He's a little bit off
That
to
should
the
be
side, but
points
this
there.
might be it.
That should be points there for Amirul
40
on the
seconds
back.
left.
That's back control. He's got a body triangle. It's good.
Jar's so strong working his way out of these bad positions, though.
Amirul, all he needs to do now is hold on.
So Amirul's up now. Jar's got 30 seconds to figure this out. Amirul in the last 30
right.
minute of the match with a big explosion to take the lead.
Switches.
And they're scrambling like
Triangle.
crazy. Amirul in the triangle.
Got a triangle.
15 seconds left.
That might count as a reversal.
Amirul's-
Big breath.
That might count as a reversal for
Big
Jar.
breath
So
from each guy.
No, he won't count as a reversal because he's in the
landing
triangle.
at a sub, yeah. That's
Yeah,
the
he
point.
needs to be out of the triangle to get the points.
And that's it. Amirul with the come from behind victory in the last minute, taking the back, getting the points, and ultimately winning the match here. Great match. That last minute was crazy. Both guys transitioning.
What an
And we have
absolute
another board
war.
burner.
What a war.
What a war. And you can see Amirul right now, both guys,
He
hands
dug
on
deep.
the knees. They went to battle and gave us a great match. And Amirul now into the finals. Finals, right?
Should be the finals,
Now
yeah.
into the finals.
Jar will fight for bronze.
And a beautiful match between these two. A crazy last minute. Great match, you guys. And you see here, Singapore Grappling Invitational putting on a great tournament. Another barn burner of a match. Well done, you two. So we've got our first finalist, Amirul, moving into the main event. I just had a drink, sorry. And we're about to get into the second.
So we have June and Oz facing off now.
These guys have competed together
These
before.
guys have competed against
So-
each other.
Yep.
Do you know who got the W the first time?
I think it was Oz.
Okay,
Yeah.
So we have 2 first-round heel hook victories facing off against each other.
that's true.
But it looks like June's improved his game, though. Now he's got heel hooks. I don't,
Yeah, he used
he
to
won
be
his
very,
last.
very guillotine heavy, didn't he?
Yeah, he won his last match by heel hook, so.
And both guys were in deep trouble in their first round as well, both with big submission escapes. Oz escaping the heel hook.
Are we going to see a great volley here in this match?
We've seen him in almost every match. I would be surprised if we don't see another one here.
Is that another rash guard there Oz got on?
He's ready to go, man.
He's got a
Stylish.
different rash guard for each round of the tournament?
Yeah. So we're trying to get the clock set as we get ready for the second match of the semifinals. Winner of this match will meet Amirul in the finals. Loser of this match will compete against Jar for the bronze. As we get closer and closer to wrapping up this Grand Prix event. So what do you think? We saw both guys. David, what do you think? We've seen a lot of leg locks here. We've seen a lot of leg entanglements. How do you think the guys will approach this match knowing that they both secured a heel hook, inside heel hook in the first round?
Absolutely. I don't think anything's going to deter Oz from going onto people's legs at the moment. I think he's probably the best guy here at entering into that ashigarami position. And if once he's on there and he's tight, it's pretty hard to get out of it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So a lot of this then is going to come down to tactics.
Oz has got very strong wrestling as well, so he can use that to. You can use that to try and set up his leg entanglement as well by trying to break his posture and getting him to back up a bit.
One thing I would like to see from these young leg lockers is wrestling up from these leg entanglements, though. I would like to see them use sweeps, attack these legs. Oz, you see jumping right in here on the legs. June trying to pass hard. Oh, but he left his leg open. June trying to get to the single leg X here.
Wow.
I think something about being comfortable with going for leg locks as you're comfortable being on the receiving end of them as well. Which I think we've just seen. Right? I think we've seen that from Oz there. You know, he wasn't phased at all there by having his leg grabbed.
Right now he's in the quarter guard.
Oz looks very confident and decisive.
Yeah, he's in a good position here.
Just trying to walk that arm up on that far side.
You can see all those competitions paying off, that experience.
Yeah, so Major, why don't you speak on that? Because, you know, you can be a purple belt, you can be a brown belt, you can be a black belt, but the gym training and the experience and competition are just two totally separate things. Oz, of course, a longtime competitor here. Oh, and he's in the
nice triangle.
He's got the mounted triangle. This could be it.
That's it.
Beautiful a dominant transition for Oz right to the mounted triangle. We'll see how June adjusts with this.
He's gotten out of a triangle today before. Can he do it again?
We'll see.
So Oz
is kind of a weird angle.
Oz isn't quite across the neck.
Oh, and that's it. Just like that. A dominant performance from Oz. As he jumps on the leg, gets the top position, passes, takes the mount, and then gets the mounted triangle. A beautiful, beautiful transition. Seems like June may have hurt his leg a little bit here. We hope he's all right. And definitely the most dominant match
It's going to be
competition.
Oz and Amirul in the finals.
Oz and Amirul in the finals.
Oz with the 2 fastest matches, Amirul with the 2 longest matches.
That's a great point. So, David, what do you think about that? How will that manifest itself here in the finals?
Well, I have rolled with both of these guys. They have cardio for days, frankly, unlike me. However, like we said, competition is different to training. Bright lights, adrenaline dumps. We don't know if that could play a factor here. Obviously, if Oz has spent a lot less time on the mat, then that's going to affect him less. So conditioning-wise, we've probably got to give the advantage to Oz here in this final.
Yeah, and you also got to give, and Major, you can speak to this as you've coached Oz a lot over the years. Going in with 2 dominant, quick finishes like that, the confidence also has got to be on high. And, you know, as you're watching this and you see how quickly he's able to get these submissions, he's got to be feeling good.
I mean, I think being in the finals, you got to be feeling good, right? Even having success for the last couple of rounds. But sometimes having those quick ones like that, it can be an advantage. Sometimes it's not enough time to really get all the nerves out either, you know?
Yeah. That's true. We'll see how each guy chooses to approach the finals. But now we go on to one of our super fights. We have Arthur versus Garie Tang.
Arthur, of course, we've seen on SGI before. Last time out, he had a match with Robert Deagle. And I can only assume competing against someone at that level is great experience for you.
Well, Arthur's down to go against anybody.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can see that he is always game. Garie, of course, a seasoned vet. I believe he's a brown. Is he black belt now?
I think he's a purple, but
he's still purple, yeah.
He's brown before, I thought.
He's been.
Maybe I'm mistaken. Signed the development deal with the UFC.
Wow. Okay.
And we'll see how this match approaches. What I will say about Garie, he's definitely smaller. Arthur has the size.
Something Garie's used to.
Thick old legs on him. Arthur's got some big old legs.
Garie's used to being the smaller guy. No problem with that.
Arthur's a purple belt. This should be a dynamic match. Very low stance for both guys.
God, pull straight away. 10-minute match this is.
Okay, so these are the finals rules.
Okay.
So
Arthur gets a negative point there.
Arthur choosing a negative point.
Arthur's probably not thinking about points at all. If you've watched Arthur compete in anything, he's not a point fighter. He's a blood and guts fighter. He's going for the finish.
What I like about Arthur is that he's really not afraid to take risks, for better or for worse. He goes for it.
Right.
And you know, sometimes that can cost you, and sometimes it pays off. We'll see here as he starts out at the very beginning of the match with a negative point.
If grapplers had just let me bang, bro, it would be Arthur. He doesn't care about the points.
Yeah, as David mentioned earlier, Arthur competed against Robert Deagle in a match, a very, very high-level jiu-jitsu competitor. Wasn't concerned about it at all. Totally willing to go in there and just see where he's at, see what's up. Competing in his 2nd straight Singapore Grappling Invitational against another high-level jiu-jitsu player in Singapore, and also a professional MMA fighter.
I think we got a situation here where both people are looking for the legs. Arthur from obviously underneath, and Garie from on top.
Both guys also MMA fighters. both experienced wrestlers, both experienced strikers. These are not just one-dimensional martial artists at all.
I believe Garie's on the national wrestling team here, so he's obviously got a good pedigree there.
A lot of hand fighting, jockeying for position. Both guys content to be in the half guard here. Good head positioning by Garie, trying to prevent Arthur from going under him. See if he backsteps here.
This is where Arthur's comfortable, so he's not going to rush himself, to get out of this position if he doesn't see an opening.
Well, we'll see if that negative point starts to haunt him as the match progresses further and further.
At the moment, the main battle is between Garie's right arm and Arthur's left leg. They're both trying to pummel for inside position there, seeing who can get it, and thus who can get any sort of elevation from there.
Arthur working the knee shield, trying to control that far arm and frame, maybe looking for a Kimura there on that far side arm.
But it doesn't look like Garie's really trying to pass.
Yeah, I
now.
agree. Both guys still content to jockey for position here.
When both knees are on the mat like that.
So we'll see who explodes here first. Both guys just trying to adjust their positions. And we'll see who explodes in. Nice backstep. Arthur inverts, recovers the guard. Nice little scramble there. We're 3 minutes into the match. 2 more minutes with no points.
Garie can afford to be a little bit calmer here because he knows he's winning by a point. We're not getting to the point where we start to panic in the fight yet, but the explosions could be coming soon.
Garie looking for the legs here, but Arthur may be able to come up. Now Arthur's on top.
Not in a point-scoring situation yet. So
no points yet, so that's not a sweep. But we'll see how Arthur's passing and how Garie's guard look here. Arthur clearly looking, both guys looking for legs. Now I'd like to see him come up on that sweep.
Fishing for the leg.
Okay, both guys looking for the heel here.
It's 50-50.
I can't see.
Yeah.
On a 50-50, but Garie's coming up.
Now
Doesn't quite have the angle.
Is it a 50-50?
I
Can't see.
Oh, he's got the backside 50-50. Looking for the inside heel hook. He's looking for heel exposure here. Arthur's going to have to hide his heel.
Both doing a very good job of fighting off heel exposure with the free leg.
They're in a shootout here,
Yeah, they're in a shootout.
Well, Garie's extracted his knee, so he might be able to enter the outside Senkaku.
We're playing some dangerous footsie here. Both guys looking for a finish. We're 30 seconds away from the points. There's the backside heel. Oh, and he escaped. Nice heel slip by Arthur. Both guys defensively sound here in the leg entanglements.
Both guys have little legs. hard to keep control of.
Especially now the sweat's going to start to go. It's going to be harder and harder to maintain position on those legs. We're 10 seconds away from the points being live. Garie looking dangerous from his guard here. Oh, we're in the 50-50 here
nice
again.
Little 50-50
oh, he's got the heel exposure. Nice foot pummel there for Arthur to defend that heel exposure.
Arthur's got
so now we'll see if Arthur can wrestle up here. He's fighting a negative point here.
Well, like we said, Arthur doesn't care about points, does he?
He just wants that foot. That's the only thing on Arthur's mind right now. Maybe that and some Jollibee.
Well, we'll see if he chooses to address this negative point. Maybe use a heel hook to
outside
get a
Senkaku.
Oh, this could be trouble here. He's got the secondary leg. He frees the knee line. Garie's safe, but if he can extract and get on top, Arthur should try to come up. Arthur should try to come up here. He's down a negative point. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left.
There it is.
Oh, now he's heel slipping.
Wow.
And now he's on top. Oh, he's sitting back here. You're not looking for points at all. I'll tell you that.
No.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Actively avoiding them.
Yeah, it's like he's deliberately going out of his way to score points.
I will heel hook you from bottom.
Let's see if he puts a footlock on. Oh, Garie's got the heel. Arthur rolls. He's going for the straight ankle now instead.
Nice.
Okay, we got 3:46 left as we reset the mat here. Both guys attacking each other's heels. Good luck figuring out what position they were in.
I never envy the refs in this sort
Especially
of
these level
situation.
tournaments. Okay. Looks like Gary's in the 50-50 here. Still fighting for that heel. Oh, there we go. I can't see.
Heel
He
exposure.
doesn't have his feet controlled, though. He doesn't have a wedge on the leg. And now Arthur's in on it. Oh, he's on top, though. He
Arthur
actually
takes
got on
top position.
He chose to get some points here.
Oh, nice. So that's
Proving us
two.
all wrong.
So he's up. He proved us wrong. He actually chose to go for some points here. Now he's put the pressure on Garie to try to come up. So we'll see what Garie chooses to do here. He's got 3 minutes.
He should be up by 1 point then, right? Because he had the negative point for the pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it should be 1-0.
Yeah.
So we'll see if now Garie's going to come up. We'll see if he chooses to go for the heel or take the sweep.
Also actively avoiding points.
Arthur, both guys need to be aware of this. And Garie takes the lead again.
Arthur,
It should be 2-1 right now, and Garie's up. We got a close match here.
All right, Arthur's back down due to that guard pull at the beginning.
But the match is, Garie is up right now, 2-1. The scoreboard is wrong.
no, that's how they do it in ADCC. They put the positive points and then the negative points beside it. You see the red one?
I see. Yeah. So the score is actually Garie would be up 1 point right now at the end of the match.
You have to do a little bit of math to know the
Points
score.
count as less. So if you're winning 3-2,
Right.
but you have a negative, you win.
Right. But
Negatives are used as like a tiebreaker.
we see both guys here being a little bit more tactical now with their leg entanglements. Both guys aware of the points. Both guys jockeying for position here. We'll see how much explosion they have left. 1.5 minutes left of the match. This has been 10 minutes of constant fighting for the heel, constant leg locks.
My forearm's getting tired just from watching them fight. That little grip there, that little grip exchange there, my forearm's exploded there.
Garie might look to take that far leg. We'll see if he tries to step over the head, if he uses it to pass. Oh, there it is.
Looks for the
Nice
pass.
inversion recovery by Arthur. Both guys evenly matched here. Very close match. We'll see how they go. We got 1 minute left. We'll see who's got a bigger gas tank, who's going to scramble harder. I think the submission's going to be tough to come by. We'll see if these guys choose to scramble. One sweep or one pass could very well seal this match. We're going to see if who's got the big explosion left. Of course, Garie.
Arthur's corner telling him to throw caution to the wind as if that's not what he's been doing.
So, of course, Garie's up right now because of the negative point. So he can be a little bit more patient. Arthur's going to have to push the pace here. 30 seconds left. Here comes the scrambling. We're going to see if they can push through for the last 20 seconds. Both guys, of course, tired. We're 9.5 minutes into this match. Last 10 seconds here. 3, 2, 1, and that's going to be it. A very close match, a very hard-fought match, and a very even match, I thought, as well.
Yeah, both guys really tired.
Pretty even.
Scores 2-2 with one negative point from the guard pull, and it does seem like the guard pull did come back to haunt him here at the very
Absolutely.
beginning, as both guys scored a sweep.
As well it should.
As well, this is why we don't like guard pullers. But both guys, great show of heart, great match, hard-fought victory. Well done, both guys.
What do you think about like neither competitor really trying to change up what they were trying to do? They were going for the same thing pretty much the whole fight, you know, in each position. There was no like plan B from top or bottom, do we think? Is it, you know?
Yeah, I think that, you know, that's a tough decision to make, to pull guard early on like that. And yeah, I want to see them use the heel hooks to get the sweeps. I mean, that's really the next level. You're not always going to get the finishes. It's glorious. It's amazing to get that heel hook and get that tap. But when you're dealing with two evenly matched competitors, it might not be in the cards. And ultimately, you need to win.
Yeah,
you need to win
absolutely.
the match.
Absolutely. I think, not combining the heel hooks with passing or sweeps is can be detrimental, because if you can defend the heel hook, then you've defended the game. Whereas if
we're right into it already.
Okay, so sorry.
Jump guard.
We're right in, and we got him jumping guard again. This time.
This should be finals rules as well.
This is the bronze medal. Oh. This is the bronze medal here. Yeah, but the time should be the finals, right? 6 minutes? Okay, so it's got a 6-minute match here.
So is there a negative point for that guard pull? We're not sure.
So no negative here. So we got the bronze medal match here. Jar versus June. Strong guard pull from Jar, who I believe this is the first time I've seen him choose to play the guard. The whole rest of the tournament, he's chose to try to pass the guard.
Get on top, be heavy from half.
So now we'll see how his bottom game is. Now we're dealing with short time here. We've got 6 minutes only to work. This is the third match for both guys, so we'll see how the cardio.
Absolutely. Jar, 2 decisions. 2 full matches. Jun, both matches ended in a finish. So theoretically, the freshness advantage should go to him. However, Jar's got a nasty-looking front headlock there. He's going for that guillotine. I'm not sure if he's quite got that chin strap. It's hard to finish guillotines.
Okay, we'll see. He's got it under the chin. Jar's got it under the chin. Looks like his head's popping out, though. He might just pop his head out here.
Yeah,
we'll see if he's able to get the posture.
He could slam out of
the neckline, really.
He tried a little attempt to slam out of that.
He could, but his head's controlled so well, it might be difficult. We'll see if he chooses to slam out. He's got to watch his own head. There's our first slam, and his head pops out just like that. And a nice escape from June.
All right, Jar going for that front headlock again.
The chin strap again,
yeah. That chin strap.
Nice, and he slams out of it again.
So Jar looking for this guillotine here. He's got a nice overhook control.
Could he?
And June trying to. So we got the close guard here. 3.5 minutes left. There's no advantages. So that guillotine attempt, not going to matter.
I don't feel like it would have gotten an advantage in a match with advantages, though. I think it wasn't quite tight enough.
You don't think I would have gotten an advantage?
And then again, boom.
That didn't. I don't know if he was going for the submission there, but a little cheeky slam.
Yep.
He's like, I've been told I can slam. I came here for the slams.
Is Jar looking to create a different angle here?
He's got a. You can tell Jar is very strong. Hey, in all of his
absolutely.
matches, really strong passing, really tight close guard.
Absolutely. Look, he's trying to create a new angle here.
He's baiting another guillotine so he can set up that slam.
And June having a tough time here dealing with the close guard of Jar, keeping his head low. We'll see if he chooses to posture up to open up this guard. He's trying to put his knee on the tailbone and then create downward pressure on the hips so that way he can put some pressure on the ankles and open the guard. But Jar very strong, struggling to open that guard. He's in on that guillotine. I can't tell if his hands are connected or not.
2 minutes left, huh?
He's starting to fish for an underhook.
Yeah. So like,
the points are already live.
Points are already in play, yeah.
See if he can get past this elbow here. Look for a back take.
Or maybe a sweep.
That's not allowed.
I think it's...
Yeah, we'll allow it. Not legal, but we're going to let it slide.
He's like, no, I've already got my rhythm, bro. I'm slamming. I don't care what the situation is.
So if you're curious about the rules are you can slam out of a submission. You cannot just slam whenever you want, but...
Josh setting up for a guillotine again.
Yep. Oh, now June's got a good bite here on the pass. We'll see. Oh, he's jumping in on the leg, but a little too shallow. Couldn't control the knee line. And now Jar gets the sweep. His top game has proved very heavy this whole competition. We'll see if June is going to be able to sweep this man who's been very heavy the entire competition.
So now he's up 2.
Jun is down now.
And Jun looking for that
sweep.
half guard pass, driving that knee cut. We'll see if he can get control of the upper body.
Jar doing a very good job just keeping that hand in the armpit. It's like a shallow underhook that does a very good job of
Controlling that far side, yeah.
Absolutely.
And with Jun, you can see what happens if you take a little too shallow of an attempt in on that leg lock. It gives space for that sweep. Didn't quite have it deep enough to threaten and ends up on the bottom here with a very heavy passer on top of him with 40 seconds left. This for the bronze medal of 3rd place in the Grand Prix. Jun looking to move here. He's coming up. He's got a little bit of posture now. This is a little bit better position for him. He's got the underhook in the closed guard. I don't know if this is going to do it. He's going to need to move. 20 seconds left.
I wonder if we'll see Jun go for guillotine here.
Jar just
Climb his
a
legs.
boulder on top,
Yeah,
though.
absolutely.
Just so heavy.
It's built like a mini fridge.
Oh, short clock, though. He needs a joint
Okay,
lock
here
at
we
this
go.
point.
Ooh, we'll see. 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Jar is going to be your 3rd place finisher in this match. And I'd also like to point out Jun injured a little bit at the end of that last match. Came here, fought hard. You can tell still a little tender on that ankle. These guys have been heel hooking each other the whole day. Both guys exhausted, fought so hard. Every match, just a couple point margin.
No one's leaving anything on the mat here.
And you can see both guys at
them
the end of every
exhausted.
match, hands on their hips, exhausted.
I bet they're both pleased now they don't have to recover for another match.
Yeah, exactly. At a certain point, you're just happy it's over, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know? So are we getting ready for our co-main event? I see Professor Bruno Amorim warming up.
It looks
over
like
there
it.
on the side.
Bringing out the grown-ups.
I'm as much of a no-gi maximalist as there is, but this gi match really excites me here.
Both guys world champions in the brown belt division, both now competing at black belts. We got a little bit of an older generation and a newer generation.
You know, in the last SGI, the co-main event stole the show. We're going to see history repeat itself here, possibly.
Major, you've trained with both guys. We talked about on my podcast, Muujig and Bruno, this competition. Where do you think both guys will do? Both guys, brown belt world champions, extremely good guard passers. You've trained with both guys. Can you give us a little insight as to what to expect here?
I mean, they're going to be looking to do the same thing, I think. I think they're going to both be looking to get on top and pass the other guy's guard. I think we're going to see a really good stand-up war. We're going to see a really... I would be surprised if either one of them pulled guard.
Neither guy wanting to play the bottom position. I assume that they've also probably trained with each other. I'm not certain, but as we mentioned earlier, this is a small community. A lot of the black belts here have trained with each other extensively. So maybe they're aware of each other's game. They're aware of each other's strengths.
Absolutely.
And here we go. Let's get ready. The co-main event. Professor Bruno Amorim.
Two
and Muujig.
wonderful athletes here.
Bruno Amorim, the coach of Gracie Baja in Singapore. Muujig, the coach at Equilibrium. And here we go, the co-main event in the gi. IBJJF rules. Muujig in the single leg.
Right
Bruno
away
looking
with
for
the
hip
stand-up
toss.
action.
Beautiful
Ooh.
wrestling to start this match off. We'll see who can secure the top position.
They go back to a bit of a more neutral position.
Muujig in on that single
Muujig goes down
again.
Wrestling.
Hard wrestling here in the beginning. Bruno with a little bit of a smile. They're having fun here.
Fighting really hard for that.
Wow,
grip
this
leg.
is some hard wrestling. I love seeing this in the gi.
Different kind of gi players we got here.
Major, your prediction is proving true. Usually you'll see the guard pull.
Yeah.
So far, both guys looking to get on top. And wrestling hard.
Fighting really hard for these grips here.
Muujig in 3 or 4 shots already in the first minute. We'll see if they can keep this pace up. This is a hell of a pace for the first minute of a 10-minute long match in the gi.
Bruno going for a Sasai Surikomigashi there. Going for it again.
Both guys smiling, both guys having fun, wrestling hard. Muujig looking for more wrestling, singles, doubles. Bruno looking for more trips, collar snaps.
Bruno got that grip on the belt now.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
That.
He's in deep on that belt grip.
He's got that inside
Both of
control.
these guys, I think, are judo black belts as well. If I'm not mistaken.
Man, Muujig in. He wants that single bad.
Oh, Muujig going with the
Nice.
Ouchi-Kouchi combo there.
Of course, we have Professor Shinya as the referee, one of the best referees, one of the most accomplished referees in Singapore, stopping that before it gets too crazy there at the edge of the mat.
Absolutely.
And here we go. They are having a lot of volume. They're wrestling hard for the first minute and a half in this match.
So Bruno up now by 1 advantage.
Oh, what was that from?
I think one of the takedown.
Okay, so Bruno with the advantage early. I'm not sure exactly which takedown attempt it was.
I didn't see it. I was just too engrossed in the action.
I didn't even realize, yeah.
I was taking notes. I was like...
Early advantage here for Bruno. Looking
Go
for that trip.
Muujig having a hard time breaking that collar grip off.
And this is going to come down to a lot of gripping. Who wins the gripping here? This is some brutal, brutal hand fighting and gripping here. That's why you can see Bruno's fingers all taped up. Neither guy wanted to concede the bottom position.
Bruno sprawls.
Of course, Bruno also fought MMA professionally. He'll have a very good, solid wrestling base, as both guys are proving to so far early on.
Ooh.
Looks like Muujig's got the belt grip. Oh, they both got a belt grip there. Muujig on the inside, though.
Bruno pulled out of that Uchimata.
This is an exhausting pace. These guys are putting up.
Exhausting. Their fingers are going to be swollen tomorrow. Let's see, both guys sweating. Hard wrestling for the first 3 minutes here. Major, you hit the nail on the head here. Both guys seemingly aware of the problems they would encounter if they were on the bottom here, choosing to wrestle.
You've got to wonder if, having that advantage is going to cause Muujig to, at some point, maybe pull guard if he can't get the takedown, because if this goes on this way for another 7 minutes,
over the top.
Bruno's going to win.
That collar grip, there it is.
Bruno jumps.
Bruno chooses to pull the guard. So Muujig may have gotten what he wanted here. We'll see tactically if it was a good decision to pull guard. And he chooses to get back up to his feet. We'll see if he can counter.
Obviously, both these guys want to stay on top, but both no mugs on the bottom either.
So Bruno choosing to pull guard, but when he saw the opportunity, opting to get back up to his feet. Still up by 1 advantage. And we see some heavy breathing already. Hands on the hips. Guys breathing hard. This is some heavy, heavy wrestling and grip fighting for both guys.
Muujig, the younger of the two, seems to be breathing a little bit easier.
Bruno Amorim, a long time competitor. You can see he's a 3rd-degree black belt. He's been a black belt longer than a lot of people have been training. A lot of black belts have even been training.
Right.
Was Bruno a black belt before Muujig started training?
Might have been.
Muujig started training when he was about 9.
Oh, here we
that's
go.
2.
We got the takedown. Muujig with the takedown in the pass. We'll see if Bruno can recover.
No pass. Just a takedown, though.
Oh, no, there's the pass. Oh, he takes the back.
2 points for a
Oh, he's in the head and arm. This is a big transition here.
Quarter guard. If he can get that, if he can get his ankle through and come into mount, that's going to be a big score.
Muujig reversing the tables here. Gets the takedown. Starts to work to the side. Looking to take the back here.
Bruno
He's in the
has to be
quarter
careful not to
guard.
give up his back.
We've got both guys taking a deep breath here. That was some heavy, heavy wrestling. It's going to be tough now with that knee driving through like that. Bruno's going to have to get back to some stronger form of guard if he expects to sweep Muujig. Here we go. He's close. We're close on this pass. Muujig just got
3/4 mount.
the foot here. It's just a foot trapped. Might be on the back take here too. Bruno limp arms over top. Muujig's pressure very, very heavy.
Bruno just doing enough to keep that quarter guard.
He's going to need to turn his hips toward Muujig to get to a stronger guard if he wants to be able to get this sweep.
Muujig on top of you, that's much easier said than done.
Yeah. Both guys really well known for their guard passing. Very heavy passers. Constant pressure, side to side.
The physicality of both is very strong as well. Muujig's
Oh, and that's it. There's the guard pass. We'll see if Bruno accepts it. And we got the points up 5-0 now.
Does he have points for knee on belly as well there?
I can't see if his foot is on the mat or not. So we'll see if
Advantage.
Bruno's able to recover here. It looks like his knee's on the ground, but he's threatening with the knee on belly here, maybe looking for the mount, maybe looking for the back. 2 more points for Muujig.
Knee on belly.
His top pressure is just incredible. And he's in on the back. Heavy passing here.
Oh, he's looking for a choke.
Oh, and
He's
that's
got
it right there.
Wow.
Muujig with the tap. Wow. That is some heavy guard passing. And a beautiful choke, collar choke there from Muujig.
Textbook jiu-jitsu.
Who gets the victory in about 6 minutes. Really well done for both men. Hard match. And Muujig with the victory in the co-main event here. In a hell of a match. And a great fight.
Good match.
And you can see there just once Muujig was able to get that knee through and get the pressure, the guard pass attempt, it was very hard for Bruno to be able to recover.
Think we're going to be sitting down with Muujig now? Or not?
So great match in the co-main event. As we prepare for the main event here, we might be able to get Muujig on the mic and see if he can break down that really heavy passing. Both guys won in the top position. Both guys fought tremendously hard. And then as soon as he was able to get on top, just drove that knee through, took the back and got the choke.
Muujig, that was an absolute hell of a performance. You know, against possibly the most well-decorated black belt in Singapore. Can you go through what you're feeling now?
I feel very happy.
Sorry.
Oh, I feel very happy with my performance. Maybe the beginning the takedowns weren't as clean, but they had still got the takedowns.
You're clearly very tired, as most people would be. Yeah, like you said, once you secured that takedown, it seemed to be, well, not smooth sailing, but it progressed quite well from there for you. Can you take us through the finish once you got to his back?
It was literally just a standard cross collar choke from the back. Nothing really special.
It was pretty clear that both of you guys were really looking for the top position. Did you expect to come in and wrestle that hard at the very beginning of the match? Were you looking to get that top position? Both of you guys known as heavy guard passers.
Yes, that's exactly what I did. Want to prevent that he was on top of me. So I was just really focusing on stay standing, keep attacking, push the pace, and just be relentless.
Well, that was a great match. You guys really had an excellent match. I love the wrestling. Once you got that knee through and you started cutting, you can just tell your pressure was incredible. Great match, very well fought.
Thank you.
What's next for you now, Muujig?
Anything. I'm up to another one, but it's up to the organizers.
Okay,
well,
congrats, man.
that was amazing, Muujig. Well done. Well done, man.
And we still got 2 more. We still got 2 more great fights left. Next, we have Artem versus Leke. Leke, of course, gave the man to my right his black belt. What do you expect in this match, Major? I want to pick your brain about this because is it the final next or is it the?
No, it's Artem and Leke, right?
Okay, so what do you think about this match? Of course, you're very familiar with Leke. This is kind of a style versus style matchup, I'd say, right? A wrestler versus a jiu-jitsu guy. Of course, both guys familiar with submissions and all of that. But what do you think going into this co-main event, or this main event, rather?
Well, I mean, styles make fights, right? It's interesting because, you know, if you put a gi on Artem, Leke wins 10 out of 10 times.
Sure.
If you make it a wrestling match, Artem wins 10 out of 10 times. But here on the neutral round of ADCC rules, we'll see what happens, I guess, right? It's, both people have their strengths for sure, and they have their ways of being able to score and be able to attack. I think Artem is definitely more physically imposing of the two.
The bigger guy.
Oh,
the
for
stronger
sure.
Guy.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
what makes this match interesting. Oh, it looks like I stand corrected here. Before we get to Artem and Leke, we're going to do the finals of the Grand Prix. So we have Oz versus Amirul.
Okay, we just got confirmation there, the negative points from the beginning in this one.
So
yep,
both
so
guys will have to be
matchup.
cautious about guard pulling. Hisyam Oz, Amirul Syafiq. In the Grand Prix final, 8 minutes. And here we go. Both guys fought all the way through the tournament. Oz with quicker finishes. Amirul had to go 2 long matches to secure a spot in the finals. We'll see if that ends up
Lovely
playing
duck
a
under there
factor.
by Oz.
Oz willing to wrestle early, looking for duck unders, maybe taking the back. The fresher of the 2 guys for sure. And we've got everybody here surrounding the mats watching this tournament final.
Redrag.
And it's quite interesting how this rule set really does make you really work your takedowns, work your full game. You see both guys here looking for snaps, looking for arm drags, duck unders. Both guys senior competitors in the Singapore martial arts scene. Oz with the top position.
No points scored there.
No points because Amirul did not pull guard, so it's still 0-0
Did
until the
initiate a
points are
takedown,
active.
but it got reversed.
Amirul's been on his back with people on top of him for a long time in this competition. Oz with a couple quick finishes. He's got the far side underhook. He's looking to pass to the side control here. He's pretty deep in on a pass here. He's got the head and arm. It's going to be tough for Amirul to block this pass.
Amirul's got a pretty good half guard.
He's got a knee shield here, which is preventing Oz from getting the pass. Oh, and we'll see if he was deep in on that pass, choosing to jump on the leg, and now both guys back to their feet.
See how these wrestling exchanges go. Both really importantly fighting for their dominant grip that they want.
Oh,
Ooh,
little donkey guard.
gamesmanship from Oz.
Little donkey guard action here. half donkey.
Half
I was
donkey.
corrected by the referee and judge next to me.
Half-ass guard.
Okay, we're in here. Oh, Oz gets the cross ashy. He gets the secondary leg controlled. Amirul's in some danger here. We'll see how he's able to transition to that primary leg.
Hands trapped inside as well.
Oh, he's got the heel. This might be it. Was that it? That's it. He got the submission. Oz with another heel hook.
Heel hooks all the way through.
Heel hooks all the way. Oz
He had one
submits
triangle.
every guy in the competition and wins the Singapore Grappling Invitational 2 Grand Prix. All 3 submissions, all 3 inside heel hooks.
One triangle, actually.
Oh, sorry, right. 1 triangle as well. A beautiful show by Oz to get the win, and a beautiful competition too by Amirul.
I guess.
Yeah. They're all triangles. Triangles in the leg, triangles
on
in
the face.
triangle in the shoulder and arm.
And what a tournament, Taj. You know, I got to give Oz some credit, and I got to throw a little shade at you, Major, because you mentioned on my podcast that sometimes Oz doesn't always show on the competition day. And he showed today, smashed almost everybody in this entire tournament. You know, you're saying it a little tongue-in-cheek, but man, did he perform well today. 3 submissions, 3 quick submissions, and here he is with us. Oz,
Thank you.
The tournament champion.
I guess you left Hisyam at home?
Yeah. I heard that.
So Oz, how do you feel, man? You must just be glowing right now to get 3 dominant submissions
alright,
like
man.
that.
Like I told my friends, I trained for 1-minute rounds, so the fact that I had to go past 1 minute was just bad.
You don't get paid for overtime, right?
Yeah. Just kidding, man. Thank you to all the competitors, you know. It's hard organizing this, so I had fun.
How did you feel in there, man? You were really just burning on all gears, cooking with gas today. Quick finishes. You were threatened earlier on in your first match, but those last 2, quick finishes.
I tried to work on their weaknesses, so I knew I had advantage on leg locks. That's what I was trying to go for. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking for the real ADCC trial, so that's what I'm going for.
So we've seen the ADCC trials of what's going to come next for you. How do you feel you're going to be able to do there?
Man, I just want to make the country proud, you know, although I'm wearing an American flag.
You can make them proud too, buddy.
Yeah, that's it. All right, man.
Thanks.
Well, congrats to you, Oz. It's excellent watching you compete. A dominant tournament win for Oz. Excellent job, my man. Congrats. Congrats to you, brother. Cheers.
And now we have the main
Now we
event.
have the main event.
Yeah.
The main event now.
Artem wants to take his top off. Yes.
Artem looking like a tank. Hey, if I looked like that, I'd take my shirt off too.
Exactly. I reached out to Artem for some comment before. He was telling me how when he grew up, he used to wrestle cows on his parents' cattle farm.
He looks like he wrestles cows.
Well, I assume that's what made him strong.
I mean,
If
just
by
a
cows you
tank
mean
of a
bulls.
man. Leke meeting him in the middle, not intimidated at all. This should be a hell of a match, a really interesting old school style clash.
If Arthur earlier was built like a mini fridge, Arthur's built like the big one.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see how both guys choose to approach this match. You got to imagine Artem does not want to be on the bottom. If Leke can find his way on top, this could get interesting fast. And conversely, Artem able to get on top. These wrestlers are he's so strong. He's going to have such good balance. He's going to be near impossible to sweep. So this early on jockeying for position could prove very important because if Artem gets on top, it's going to be tough to get him anywhere else.
Yeah, he's got short limbs. He's got a very compact, powerful body. It's going to be hard to even get a leg lock or an arm lock.
Hard to isolate limbs when he's all one limb.
Yeah, exactly. there's no branches, just trunk.
The legs on this guy. So we'll see how quickly he chooses to get aggressive on his shots. Snapping the head. Looking for entrances in here to get a single, a double. Looking for a trip. May have lost his balance. If Leke can get behind him, this will be trouble. Leke, a competent wrestler in his own right. Certainly no slouch on the feet. Probably not as credentialed as Artem in the wrestling, but certainly competent there. How would you describe Leke's wrestling? How frequently does he wrestle? Is it something he often does?
Leke trains everything, man. He's fought MMA as well, and he's fought bigger guys, so he's no stranger to taking on big, strong guys.
Nice feint to the shot. Oh, Artem in on the front headlock. This could be difficult to escape from. That's a big guy, but he does. But I like that feint. Look at that. I like that. I like how Leke's feinting those takedowns. That's what he needs to do. Keep Artem guessing so that way when he does shoot, he doesn't get caught in that front headlock.
Leke looking for that collar tie to try and utilize that height advantage that he has.
We have a 10-minute match here, so both guys with plenty of time to work.
2-on-1
Look
from
at
Artem.
that. Look at the strength with Artem on that 2-on-1, though. Leke's using his entire body to try to frame, and he's just
That arm
holding on
belonged
to
to Artem for a second there.
Man, I do not want that guy to grab my arms. But we'll see what his submissions look like. We'll see what his guard passes look like as well.
Artem's got an absolutely gnarly Kimura.
Hey.
Obviously, he won his last SGI match with via Kimura against Bout.
You can imagine if this guy gets a 2-on-1 on you, it's going to be real tough to break that grip, as we just saw.
He can use that just to kind of rest and make you burn up a lot of energy.
Oh, he's in the single here. He's in the single.
Can he keep a hold of it?
This might be tough. Very, very smart move from Artem, backing up to try to get him back to the center. Oh, Leke with solid defense here. Leke's wrestling is no joke.
Artem had slightly longer limbs there, though. He's getting that sweep.
He's still got the leg, though. Leke pushing down the head. Very competent defense here.
His head's on the outside now. He's at risk of
guillotine.
He's at risk of a guillotine.
Oh, and a nice takedown from Artem, just on the edge of the mat here.
They might reset and standing.
We'll see what the decision here is. Back to neutral. Back to neutral.
To neutral.
They're saying he was already
All that
out.
work, he's got to do it again. But he knows he can do it now.
We're 3 minutes into the match here. Artem with a good attempt on the single leg. Finished out of bounds, so the match restarts on the feet. But he knows now that if he gets in on that leg deep enough, that he's got a good shot at finishing that takedown. But Leke's defense was very good as well. Tried for the duck under. Nice. Leke with the okay. Resetting back in the middle here. These are big, explosive movements. Just one or two shots in there halfway across the mat.
Both of these guys seem to have pretty good control of their breathing for how high of a pace they're pushing.
They're pushing a really heavy pace. We're about a minute away from going into the points. What do you think Major, about the tactics here. When we get into the points, do we think we're going to see a shift here in the tactics? Would Leke consider pulling guard? Oh, we may not need to. And that's it right there. Artem with the double leg.
But that was it's good because it's before points, so Leke's at least playing jiu-jitsu.
And he didn't get a negative point.
I think Leke knew there that it's just before points and he can't pull guard in 1 minute, so maybe he accepted that a bit easier today, just then.
Yep, so if you're not aware, that tactically perhaps a wise decision from Leke there, because there are no points. There's points if he sits down to guard, but not if he gets caught with a takedown here. So perhaps wisely going down.
So now Leke looking for that wrist control.
Now this is where I want to see this match unfold, is with both guys actually on the ground.
This looks like UFC 10s. You got a wrestler on top of a jiu-jitsu guy and close guard. And
of course, Artem will be very knowledgeable with the positioning. Certainly not. Certainly not as well-rounded in all the aspects of Brazilian jiu-jitsu like Leke, but with a base like that, with the grappling credentials, his strength, his balance, it's going to be tough.
Leke looking for a guillotine quickly there. Artem with traps the size of his legs might be quite hard to get a front headlock on.
We've just entered into the points round, so now
opening up now.
Both guys will look to get it. It's 0-0. Both guys will look to score some points here. Leke up on the Kimura. Artem just powers him back down to the ground. So if there's no points by the end of this, Shinya, we go into overtime. How long is the overtime round? 5 minutes. So could be a potentially 15-minute match here. If no guy is able to advance, Leke gets sitting up, looking for Kimuras. See if Artem is able to open this guard. It's going to be tough. Looking for an arm here. We'll see if he takes this overhook. He does.
Oh, there goes the can opener.
Can opener.
Leke fighting hard for those grips. Really like how he's attacking in combination. He's really keeping Artem on his toes there.
He's attacking low and he's attacking high, which is quite nice. Oh, he's in on the triangle, but Artem with the heavy pass. This is the danger. This is the danger of that triangle. We'll see what happens here. Artem with a heavy, heavy front headlock. Leke back down to the ground.
If he disengages like this could be a penalty. Okay, he's just reset.
Leke not wanting to go back up onto the feet. Very smart against an international caliber wrestler with point scores for takedown.
We'll see what Leke tries to do here with Artem choosing to pass from the feet now rather than on his knees. Of course, it could leave his legs open for potential leg entanglements, which could lead to sweeps. We'll see what strategy he adopts here now that Artem's given him a different look and there's a little more space between them. Looking for arm drags. Looking to get inside position with his feet.
Artem doing a good job managing the distance there. Pinning his ankles.
Both guys very fit, obviously, very strong.
Artem's hands so big they fit all the way around Leke's ankles.
Oh, he goes for the cartwheel pass, but he might get
lovely.
Looking for the leg entanglement there. 2 minutes, 38 seconds left. Currently 0-0, no advantages, no penalties.
The problem with this going to overtime is that Leke's going to have to stand back up on the feet again.
Yeah, he can't pull guard there.
Yeah, he definitely wants to get on the scoreboard right now. He's in the range where he can do his best game.
See, he's going to De La Riva here. It's going to be tough to get solid grips. They're both guys very sweaty now.
It's going to be hard to win a grip exchange against a wrestler in general.
We're looking for the double underpass.
A shirtless, sweaty one.
Yeah.
More so.
But wrestlers in general, they look for grips first, and then the better at breaking balance it tends to be than jiu-jitsu players. So that,
Oh, Artem in here on the back take. Gets on top. Leke recovers. Leke stuck in the turtle. We'll see if Artem can get points here.
He's got a half Nelson.
If he rolls him over and gets him flat, he'll score points here.
Nice.
Good recovery by Leke. Leke in on this Kimura. You know, Artem not wearing the shirt, being as big and strong and slippery, it's very hard to get strong connections
Absolutely.
on him, right?
Absolutely, especially when he's fighting for it as well.
You know, like I could have by right just worn a gi to this match. It would have been completely legal, and Artem wouldn't have been allowed to grab it. That's legal for ADCC.
Is it? Interesting.
I mean, that's one way Salo did that one time. We wore the jacket just to nullify, I think it was Jeff Munson's slimy, shirtless body.
Because when you're...
Use the gi as a towel. I like it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're listening to this, the best, when you're trying to get sweeps, if you're in the position that Lecky is, what you really want are 4 strong connections. You want your hands and your feet both hooked to your partner as solid as possible. That way you have leverage and you can start to off balance and try to get sweeps. But when you're sweaty like that and you're strong and person's playing a very negative jiu-jitsu game, it's extremely hard to actually establish those points of connection to where you can threaten a sweep.
Lecky asking about stalling penalties here.
So we'll see if Artem reaching back here. He's trying to bait Lecky into a triangle, I think, so he can get that double underpass. Looks like his arm is stuck here, but he's baiting it.
Switch the angle.
He's baiting it, see?
Too sweaty.
He's trying to get him to throw up that triangle so he can pass. Oh, Lecky under the threat here. Oh, but Artem's got the guillotine. Oh, this might be trouble. This might be trouble. He's got the mounted guillotine. This could be it here. This could be it. But he's stuck in the half guard. Lecky looks like he's okay.
At the very least, it should be points for coming on top.
Lecky gave the thumbs up. We got 12 seconds left here. I doubt they're going to stop them. Artem's going to go for it again. Lecky's going to come on top, and we're out of bounds. We are outside. Woo! What a finish to the round.
Lecky gets 2 points.
2 points. 2 points for Lecky in the last 5 seconds. 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Wow.
Are they going to start back on the ground, or are they going to start standing?
And we've gone through the mat. Artem diving.
Oh, so Lucky's on top now.
So Lecky should be on top, right?
Bro.
Got some confusion here going into the end of the match. Now I'm going to put a little shade of controversy on this match because right here at the edge of the match, Artem hit a double that was not counted.
That was before points.
That was in the no point scoring.
So you're right.
No point scoring section.
So we got 5 seconds left. This is pretty much going to be it. 2, 1. And Lecky with the takedown at the very end of regulation in a brutal grind of a match. Sweep.
What I wonder about is the when Artem went for that guillotine and he ended up on top from standing.
Right. So he actually had a really strong position.
You don't get the points until
you release, right?
Until the grip is broken.
So that actually came back to bite him.
Came back to haunt him.
Came back to haunt him there. If he just stayed there, it would have gone into overtime where it would have favored Artem's style a little bit more.
That would have been a 4-point move. I think he had the mount, right?
He still had the leg
trap. I believe actually it might have been like if you get more points for clean takedowns into strong positions.
I think that have been a clean pass, right? Clean pass.
They literally went outside of the cage here, fighting for that takedown.
Like he says, I don't talk.
Like he says, he doesn't want to talk. I can't blame him. He's clearly exhausted.
Lecky's a man of action, not one for a lot of words. But Lecky, that was an incredible finish. You really put the pressure on. Just real quickly, how did the match feel?
For me, it's same training every day. The same, right? Strategy, right? Last minute, go take it down.
How deep was that guillotine, if you don't mind me asking?
It's nothing. It's not much. I don't tap. Competition, I don't tap.
Man, a few words. I don't tap, not in competition.
The finale, oh my God. 10 seconds, come on.
What's next for you, Lecky?
I don't know. We'll think first.
Okay.
Train tomorrow morning. See how.
Nice. Train tomorrow morning. Awesome stuff, man. Well done.
Good events.
Great match, bro. Really, really awesome match. Thank you. Good job. Well, that just about finishes it for the Singapore Grappling Invitational 2. Guys, do you have any final thoughts? We had a great tournament. We had some amazing matches, followed by a finish that literally in the last 5 seconds.
Absolutely, 5 seconds left, pulling it right out of the bag there.
Maybe a little bit of a tactical error.
Buzzer beaters.
On Artem's side.
Buzzer beaters, yeah.
But we had a couple of those buzzer beaters.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, Amirul
Super
against
exciting
Daryl in the first
matches today.
round of the Grand Prix, getting the overtime submission, pulling it out of the bag there. Yeah, we had some great matches today.
So how does it feel to be back seeing these competitions? Finally, the first competition since, our more recent string of lockdowns and restrictive training and everything, to finally be able to sit here and see some guys compete and have great matches like that.
We got to do it again, bro.
Yeah.
We got to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's such so great for the community here. Just the learning experience of being able to compete. Even for the really experienced guys like Harold, who's been training for best part of 12 years, he's not been able to compete for since 2019. So this is huge for people to try and get back into the flow of things.
Major, any final thoughts? Because you're also one of the winners of today. I think a lot of your guys. You had Xiong won, Oz won, your instructor Leke won.
We're all winners.
This
is our community, and I think that our grappling community as a whole, we all have to take a little bit of credit, for the level of the community growing. Because guys are coming to your gym, they're coming to your gym, they're going to Leke's gym, we're going all over. And I think the important thing is, as a scene, a grappling scene, we're growing, our level's going up, and I think we will have some real threats for the ADCC trials if we're able to leave the country.
And to your point, this community, the Singapore Jiu-Jitsu community, the competitiveness is not toxic here. This is a community of athletes, of coaches who are really, really invested in their students, whether it's open match, training sessions at different people's place. All the people competing against here, many of them have competed against each other before.
Right.
There's no hard feelings. It's just people with these friendly rivalries coming here in front of all of us and just trying to work on their craft and show everybody the work that they put in, including their rivals and their friends that they're here competing against today.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, shall we wrap this up?
Yep.
Thank you all for listening. If you're following us on Facebook, this is the Singapore Grappling Invitational 2. I'm Lucas Leisure, Major Overall.
David Weep.
Thank you all for joining us, and have a good day.
Thought you were going to say Stronghold Podcast there.
No.
Thank you for listening to the Stronghold Podcast.